High School.
And good evening. Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Football. John Mark Dempsey is going to be on play-by-play tonight. I'm Chad Young. I'll be your color commentator and your host for this evening as we've got Natalie on the camera tonight. Matt's in the house as well as Cameron as well, and we're in the beautiful community of Nevada. No, Nevada, John Mark.
Right, Nevada, and but you know, when you actually go to Nevada, the state of Nevada, then they have a whole bit there. You're not supposed to say Nevada, so that, for whatever reason, that word causes all kinds of controversy.
Yes, and we're at Community High School, beautiful new high school here, and a beautiful new field, but press box a little bit on the smaller side. So, of course, we're out in the elements here. A little windy tonight, so. We're out on the mezzanine. We got a patio table here. But a beautiful night for football, a little windy, but nice cooler weather, 75 degrees, I think, and windy conditions, if I didn't say that 4 times already.
Yeah, the wind is out of the north. It definitely will be a factor in the game tonight and may make it somewhat uncomfortable for fans before the night is over. I didn't have the foresight to bring a sweater or a sweatshirt or a jacket. I may regret that before the night is over, but it is pleasant right now. Very, very fine weather, but as Chad points out, the wind is going to be an issue.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, the weather report didn't say that it was windy now. It said it's going to be windy conditions at 9 p.m. Well, it's already windy, so I don't know if they got here early or...
we're a little worried about that, but I saw the forecast earlier said gust up to 30 miles per hour. I'd say that's about where we are right now. Yeah,
the flag is standing straight out there on the flagpole, and back to my Boy Scout days, it's certain that has to be of a certain mile per hour for it to stand straight out like that, and I think 25 or 30 would be it. Yeah. So of course it's been a long time since the flag merit badge was earned, but beautiful night for football and the start of the district here for the Wildcats. So as we play the Community Braves. As a matter of fact, they're standing up their big balloon to run through, the big inflatable there. They have to stand it up at the last minute because it's a large, narrow inflatable, so they stand that up right before they run through it. The Wildcat helmet is set up on the other side of the field over there, and we're just waiting to start another edition of Wildcat football.
And this is what Brandon Faircloth has been pointing to since August. And every time we talked with him before the non-district games, he would make a point to say, of course, this is a non-district game, and what we're getting ready for is October 6th at Community, the start of the district games, because that's what determines who makes the playoffs and your position in the playoffs and so on. So
yes, it's only five opponents, and so it makes it very your record. If you're 3 and if you only win 3 games, well, then that's not a very good record out of the district of 6. So that's only 5 opponents, and this is the first one. We'll be back at Gerald Prim Stadium next week for homecoming, right?
And that's against Maybank. I might run through the standings. Of course, these are non-district games. Right. In District 8, 4A, Division 1, that's Sulphur Springs District. Anna and Sulphur Springs are both 4-1, and those are the 2 schools that have been considered the favorites going into the district. Community, whom the Wildcats are playing tonight, went 2-3 in their non-district games. Right. And then Maybank, Paris, and Kaufman are all 1-4.
Oh, wow.
So definitely Anna and Sulphur Springs are standing out at the top of the district as we start district play, but those games prior to tonight do not count toward the district championship, and I think most people understand that. Other games in the district tonight, Kaufman is at Paris, so you have 2 1-4 teams going against each other there. Maybank has a tall order at Anna tonight, and again, Sulphur Springs here at Community this evening. Last week, Quinlan Ford beat Maybank 36-0, and Maybank will be the Wildcats' opponents next week, and Anna beat Walnut Grove 52-7. Sulphur Springs Wildcats coming out onto the field right now.
Yes.
A good crowd of Hopkins County folks across the way, just about filling the visitor stands.
Yes, the visitor stand is not as large as what we have at Gerald Prim Stadium, but you're right. It's full. Got the Blue Blazes in one corner, and the band has got to be down here out of the stands. Our band doesn't even get to be in the stands over there on that side.
That's right. They're on the track.
Yeah, so they're on the track. A very nice field with the track around it. And the Wildcats, like he said, already entering the field. And here come the Community Braves. And you can certainly hear their band and their horn on this side of the field because that's where we are. And so it won't be long now. We'll get some Wildcat football started. Anything to watch out for in tonight's game?
Well, I'll tell you, Community to me is pretty impressive offensively. Now, they've given up a lot of points. They have given up, as if you listen to the conversation with Brandon Faircloth there a few minutes ago, I made the observation they've given up 30 points or more in 4 of their 5 games. Brandon didn't take that bait and basically gave them full credit for having a defense that is going to be plenty strong. But I think they are more of a threat on offense than they are on defense. And one player in particular has really impressed me looking at their video this week, and that is the running back Brandon Mills, who is 5'10", 205, a senior. He comes into the game with 492 yards rushing, averaging 7.9 yards per carry, has 10 touchdowns, and there was one particular play, Chad, I saw against Farmersville, which was, I think, that was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. Yeah. But it was a 48-yard touchdown run.
Oh, goodness.
He broke 5 tackles on the run.
Oh, wow.
5 different Farmersville farmers had a chance to bring him down, and none of them could do it.
My goodness.
So he is a very strong, powerful young man. Brandon Mills, you're going to be hearing his name a lot tonight. Gabe Duran is another running back, 311 yards rushing, 7.2 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Their quarterback is Corin Ewing, who has completed 57% of his passes for 694 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So make a note of that.
My goodness.
And they had 3 turnovers against Farmersville, or very likely would have won that game because they had 449 yards of total offense in that game, but still lost the game to the Farmers 41-35. So they have some offensive weapons for sure.
Gotcha.
And they will run. It's going to be interesting, Chad. They run the wing T, which we don't see much anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
It's a throwback to 60s and 70s football. They will go to a spread offense in a 3rd and long situation, that kind of thing. So I would say they're multiple offense, but their basic offense is the wing T. And just about all high school teams these days run some version of a spread, which they do also, but basically they're a wing T offense, with the quarterback under center, which you do not see very often these days.
Okay, well, you're coming out for the coin toss. Your captains for the Wildcats tonight are going to be Day Hall, number 75, number 78, Brandon Vasquez, and then we also have out there number 25, Grayson Reams on the coin toss, and the Wildcats are going to be receiving this first J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff as I think the Braves won the toss, and they, of course, elected to defer. They're going to get the second half kickoff, and they're no doubt here they're going to kick from the north going to the south, and we expect that ball to make it all the way into the end zone. Here comes here comes the national anthem. Hold on.
And student council during her time at CJ. Kat is a member of First Baptist Church of Josephine.
May have the invocation here first.
Dear Lord, I pray for the safety of the athletes on this field, and I just pray that we have a good game filled with great sportsmanship and a lot of fun. I pray that we don't go a day without feeling that appreciation that we did this, and I pray that everybody just makes it home safe tonight, and hopefully we have a great game. We're going to fail you, in your name we pray.
There's the invocation, and now the...
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your hat. On behalf of the Community Independent School District, we now take the time to recognize and honor the commitment made by the men and women High School Mighty Braves Band perform our national anthem.
And now the national anthem. Another great rendition of the national anthem by the Brave Band, the Community Braves, the community in Nevada.
Right.
I'm going to get this right by the end of the broadcast, John Mark.
Well, they have a name they go by, Lacona Joe, which I learned is short for Lavon, Copeville, Nevada, and Josephine. Those are the four communities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I saw that sign Josephine when we were coming in.
Yeah, but so we're in Josephine, but kids come from four different communities: Lavon, Copeville, Nevada, and Josephine. So they have a nickname of Lacona Joe.
I got you.
And that was interesting. At the end of the national anthem, they all shout, "Braves, home of the Braves."
Oh, there you go. A couple of the captains that were involved in the coin toss there for the Braves, and that was one was Cannon Roan. He's a running back here, senior, somebody to watch out for.
We met his grandfather.
Yes, we did just a minute ago. And then Jack Scott, number 61. And let's see, number 11, Brandon Mills. Number 24, Gabe Dutton. Here comes the James J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and just like we predicted, out of the end zone. The wind, I think it hit in the end zone.
It was about 8 yards deep, yeah.
Yeah, so Wildcats will be starting their 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Moving right to left here on your radio dial or your YouTube channel. The Wildcats will be trying to... Well, they'll have their first set of downs here for district play.
That's right. Yeah. And be interesting to see how much they throw in the first quarter going into the wind here.
Yes, it's very, very windy. And
Sulphur Springs had a great rushing performance 2 weeks ago against Liberty Ilo. And now Brady Driver handing off to Cameron Jefferson on first down, and Jefferson off right tackle and is up close to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. So that was a good start.
Yes, and great lighted ball marker there on the other side of the field. We like that. Second down. The Wildcats have moved on up, and so changing out some personnel in the background there.
Jefferson had 158 yards rushing against Liberty Ilo and a touchdown. And D. Rose Luke had 115 before he went out with what turned out to be a concussion. So they had a terrific night of running the football against the Liberty Ilo Leopards. Here, 2nd down and 5, whistles before the start.
Saw Grayson Reams there in motion. He's
looks like it's a false start.
Yeah.
False start or illegal procedure, if you will. So this pushes them back to the original line of scrimmage of the 25.
Yep, so to be second. And I'm not saying that was Grayson Reams that was called for a false start. He was just in motion as he moved from one side to the other to tight end position.
It is such a fine thing what will get you called for a false start.
Right.
Almost imperceptible sometimes. So 2nd and 10 now. Driver heading off to Cameron Jefferson, and this time he is caught and stopped for no gain, or virtually no gain, right there at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he gets wrapped up and taken down pretty handily there by that Community Brave defender. I think that was number 40 on the tackle there. That's going to be Isaac Ray for the Braves making the tackle.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats, moving from right to left and into the wind here at Braves Field.
Very tough to going into this wind.
Draw play. Driver handing off to Jefferson, and Jefferson breaks into the secondary across the 50 into Braves territory to about the 45-yard line.
Fantastic run there as he just turned on the jets, and I thought he was going to get over here on the track because it was going to be a track meet there. He outlasted a couple of defenders, outran them, and made it all the way to the 45-yard line of the Braves side of the field. So great 1st and 10 situation for the Wildcats as they line up for the Hooten's Hardware 1st down. 30
yards on the game by Cameron Jefferson. He's off to another great start.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run.
He was moved over from defense in the offseason and didn't see a whole lot of productivity from that until last week, but boy, we do now. And here's a quick toss out to the near side, and it is complete for a short gain to Caden Mitchell.
Yeah, great. Going to get more than just short. He's going to get all the way about 9 yards out of
that. Right. No,
yeah, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. They're going to be all the way. They're getting deeper into Brave territory here, and the Braves, big swap out on their side of the field there. They've put in a couple of big guys on defense, but Wildcats coming up to the line pretty quickly.
It was a short pass to Caden Mitchell, then he was able to pick up some more yards after the catch. Here's Grayson Reams in motion from left to right. Give it to Cameron Jefferson, and Jefferson hit behind the line and brought down for a loss. That's Jack Scott, senior defensive tackle, making the contact for Community.
Well, they're only going to lose about 3 yards on that, so they're not going to be hurt too much. They spun around and threw him quite a few more yards into the backfield, but it's just going to mark him at the 39-yard line. Big 3rd down play coming.
3rd and 4 for Sulphur Springs, and probably this is 4 down territory for the Wildcats. At the Community 39. Driver empty backfield for Sky Lewis in the flat near side. Lewis makes a man miss. He'll have the 1st down as he's down to the 25-yard line of Community.
Yep, and number 6 there for the Wildcats, Skylar Lewis. Skylar Lewis, it looked like he either got horse collar tackled or a face mask. He was kind of holding his face mask after the play, but the gentleman in the black and white shirts with the little yellow flags didn't seem to participate in that. So, but it's 1st and 10 anyway for the Wildcats as they're knocking on the door of the red zone here on the 23-yard line.
16 yards on the gain to Skylar Lewis.
Another Hooten's Hardware 1st down.
7th play of the drive. Lewis now in motion from left to right. They're going to throw it to him, and that may be a lateral. Let's see how they rule that.
Yeah, that was kind of going backwards there, and it went over his head and ended up bouncing out of bounds, but I think they're going to see what they're going to call that.
So far, it looks like they're marking the ball back at the line of scrimmage, which I think is a break for Sulphur Springs.
Yes, it is going to be great for them. Going to call that an incomplete pass there. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Wildcats on the 23-yard line.
That would have been a loss of maybe 15 yards or so.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that the wind was definitely a factor in that toss.
I think you're right. 2nd and 10 from the 23. Wildcats on the march. Give it to Cameron Jefferson between the tackles. He's shifty. He's across the line of scrimmage and down close to the goal line for Cameron Jefferson.
But this one may be called back. There's a flag on the play back here.
Little shimmy shake there by Cameron Jefferson to get past that first wave of tacklers. But as Chad said, it is coming back.
Yep. I think that was a holding call. I didn't see.
Yep.
That was with the Wildcats on the 23-yard line. He got about 22 yards on that carry, but it's coming back, and it's going to be Yep, a 10-yard mark off there. So that's going to move the Wildcats all the way back to the 33-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 20.
Would have been 1st and goal at the 1.
Yes, so unfortunate hold there. There were a couple of Wildcat offensive linemen back there wrapped up with one of the Community Brave defenders, but I'm not sure what happened. But either way, it's 2nd and 20 for your Wildcats.
Wildcats now behind the chains from the 33. They need to get to the 13-yard line. Driver scrambling in the backfield under a lot of pressure, moving to his right, and now throwing the ball away.
Yeah, had a receiver there kind of close, but he was real close to the sideline there. He just kind of threw it out of bounds there. So this is going to be a huge, huge play here. You said 4-down territory. Well, you're definitely right now, because 3rd and 20 on the 33-yard line is going to be too far to kick a field goal into this win.
Right, for sure.
And so they've got to, but it's just too difficult to pass it. Another play like that last set of downs when they got a 30-yard run.
Right, on a draw play. So There's Skylar Lewis in motion from left to right. 2 men wide to the right side. Driver rolling out to his right under pressure. Again, having to throw it away. Threw it at the feet of Wyatt Watson over there. So it's 4th down and 20 for Sulphur Springs from the 33-yard line. Now you might think about punting from short punt formation and angling for the corner here. Kick it low. If it goes out of bounds inside the 5.
You kick it too high right here, it could be negative yardage.
Well, that's a good point.
Of course, our quarterback is the punter, so we could have a really good draw play where he decides to hand it off, pass it, or punt it. So now we've got a timeout. The Wildcats are going to talk about it, and we're going to take a break while they take a break and talk about it. We'll be back with Wildcat football here at Community Brave Stadium in just a moment. And we're back in Community High School. We're back in Nevada, excuse me. And the Wildcats have got a big decision to make here, John Mark. It's 4th and forever, 4th and 20 into this win. And of course, they've got Brady Driver in there, but he's the punter also.
Right, so you really won't know until the last moment. But right now, it looks like they're going to go for the 1st down or try to pick up as many yards as they can.
Push them back.
Nobody really back. There is a safety. Now Driver drops back a little bit further. Looks like he may punt.
Yep.
And he does angle to the corner like we talked about. It lands going into the wind at about the 13-yard line, and then takes a community roll. They down it at the 15-yard line.
Yep, so they're going to have not so good field position for the Braves as they start their 1st and 10. They're going to be pushed back onto their own. Looks like they're going to mark it, well, it's 15. Yeah, the 15-yard line, 15 and a half there, but they're deep in their own territory, and they've got the wind at their back as they move left to right, and I expect some passing on the Brave side, don't you?
With the wind at their back, yeah, but they are primarily a ground-oriented team. That's an 18-yard punt by Brady Driver. I think he might have got it too much up into the wind there, Chad. It might have gone better had it been a little lower. So they come out in the spread here rather than the wing tee. There's a pass to the far side, which is complete for a gain across the 20 up to about the 22-yard line. Cannon Roan, whom we were discussing before, made the catch. His granddad will be happy about that. As line of scrimmage will be the 22, so that's a gain of 6 yards.
Yep. Make it
2nd and 4 for Community. They wear gray jerseys and gray pants. Their colors are blue and gold, just like Sulphur Springs, but gold numerals outlined in blue with white headgear. The Wildcats in their white rogue jerseys with blue numerals outlined in gold, white pants, the white headgear. 2nd and 4. Now they're in the wing tee. And handoff up the middle. And on 1st down, the back breaks a tackle. That is Gabe Duran. For Community, he gets the 1st down out to the 29-yard line. Gabe Duran. Duran coming into the game with 313 yards rushing and averaging 7.2 yards per carry.
That's going to be Alex McCormick on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Yeah, McCormick had 26 tackles coming into the game, the sophomore linebacker. Out over the football for Community, it's the center, Chase Anthony. Again, the wing T formation, which we haven't seen a lot in recent years. Gabe Gueron on the carry, off right tackle. And again, Alex McCormick is there for Sulphur Springs, and also Day Hall, whose name we said a lot last week.
Yes, and then also assisting on that tackle, Giovanni Ibarra. So number 16, he got involved in that tackle as well. They're going to pick up about 4 on that one?
Picks up 4, so second down and 6.
Talking about the uniforms, of course, the Wildcats, you may have already said why, and their white uniforms, blue and gold numbers, and then a lot of pink accessories in the stands and on the players. As, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, so a lot of the pink accessories that we see everywhere.
Full house backfield here behind the quarterback. And they give it to Cannon Roan again, who had the catch a couple of plays ago. This off left tackle, and Roan up to the 37-yard line for another gain of about 4 yards. So this is going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Braves.
Yes, and their wing T offense that they are running there kind of got the Wildcat defense guessing as they come through the line there, and so they're trying to get settled in and try to identify where the runner's going, and hopefully they'll get that dialed in here pretty quick, but Community just has a real short distance here to get a new set of downs.
In the wing T, you have the quarterback under center. That's Corin Ewing. Now they give it to Brandon Mills, who's the big, strong backer we were telling you about before the game, but he gets absolutely nothing.
So it looks like the Wildcats figured out that wing T on that one. They pushed them up. Now they're 4th and 1, and they're showing that they're going to go for it here.
I tell you, coaches are getting to where they don't even give it much thought to go for a 4th and 1 in their own territory.
Yep, and they're on their own 38-yard line. They're not even a mile away from Wildcat territory here.
Now they might try to draw them off sides that old bit.
Yeah.
Here comes the offensive line up to the ball. It's a very tight formation. Quarterback sneak with Ewing. And they keep pushing and keep pushing. And I think finally he did get the first down here.
But there's a flag on the play also. It looked like one of the Wildcats was way on the wrong side of the ball, but we'll see what if he got drawn off sides for that.
There is a flag on the play.
No score in the game, by the way.
Right.
We are still about midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, 4:51 left in this first quarter. In Community, 0-0. The Wildcats. And that's going to be against the Wildcats, that penalty. That was going to be offsides. It looked like one of our defenders lined up a little bit too close to the other side of the ball, and that's going to move them, get a new set of downs. They're going to be on their own 44-yard line as Community gets ready to start a new set of downs.
Good eyes, Chad. Chad picked that up. And it did turn out to be an offsides call against Sulphur Springs. Davis Stanfield goes out wide to the left for the Braves. And now the offensive line is set. 2 backs directly behind the left tackle. They hand off, and this is going to be a big loss. And that is Brandon Mills, their big gun, who was brought down for a loss back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to mark him all the way back there. That's going to be a big loss there, about 5 yards. Going to make it 2nd and 15 for those Braves. Great job by the Wildcat defense.
Brandon Mills coming into the game, 492 yards rushing, 7.9 yards per carry, and 10 touchdowns. But the Wildcats ready for him that time, and now 2nd and 15. Cannon Roan wide to the near side. Davis Stanfield wide left. They are not a team that runs a quick tempo. They take their time in getting up to the line.
7 seconds left on the play clock.
They do go from the spread this time. Snap is to Corin Ewing, the quarterback. Pass out to Roan. and Roan makes a catch near the sideline on the near side and is out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a gain of 6 yards.
So just back a little bit past the original line of scrimmage there, and that's going to be Austin Cheney pushing him out of bounds for the Wildcats, number 3, as the Braves have got a big third down decision here, 3rd and 9. If they can pick this up, they'll be in Wildcat territory, but they've got a funny way that they come out of that huddle, I have to say. The center goes ahead and comes out and gets on the ball, then the receivers come out, and I don't know if they're explaining the rest of the play to the rest of the players, then they all come up to the line.
3rd and 9 from the community 45-yard line, passing and caught over on the far side, and that's Cannon Roan.
Yep.
That made the catch, and that will be a first down for Community at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line.
I have to say that is a fantastic fingertip catch by Cannon Roan as he pulled that down while still in bounds. And
they're walking it back.
They're still talking about it. Well, I guess they're going to say.
Apparently he dropped it. He was over on the far side.
Or he didn't make it in. It was a great catch from this angle, but that is the far side of the field. It's going to be 4th and long for the Braves.
So 4th and 9 from the 45-yard line. I certainly thought he caught it, but it's on the far side, so it's possible that we just couldn't see that he dropped it. Corin Ewing, the quarterback, is their punter, just as Brady Driver is the Wildcats punter, and he gets this one off the side of his foot, but that is by design. He's kicking it to the sideline, and it rolls dead at the Sulphur Springs 14-yard line.
Yeah, so the Wildcats now on their 14-yard line, and they'll be deep in their own territory as they start out their set of downs here, moving right to left still for another 3 minutes and 15 seconds in this quarter. All zeros on the scoreboard right now. From the Braves 0, Wildcats 0. The Wildcats trying to go for their first district win in their first district game here in Community.
It was a well-placed 40-yard punt by Corin Ewing, the quarterback for Community. First down for the Wildcats from the 14-yard line, moving into the wind. Hand off to Cameron Jefferson, trying to go to his right. And Jefferson, off tackle, finally turns upfield and has a nice gain for Sulphur Springs.
Got some great blocks by some of his front line there, and gets a first down all the way up to the 20, just past the 24-yard line. They're going to mark that 1st and 10. It's going to be another Hooten's Hardware first down for your Wildcats.
Gets actually to the 27-yard line.
Oh, excuse me.
So that's a 13-yard gain for Cameron Jefferson.
Perfect.
That offensive line for Sulphur Springs has been getting a lot of praise from Brandon Faircloth. We'll give you their names here in just a moment. Jefferson again, big hole, right side. Jefferson breaks one tackle and then is brought down at about the 34-yard line for another gain of 7 yards there for Sulphur Springs. That offensive line for the Wildcats, Isaac Alexander, Aiden McCarroll, Jeff Stevenson at center, Brandon Vasquez and Vincent Johnson doing the job up front for the Wildcats.
Boy, making a great hole for him to get a big gain on that play. A different running game for the Wildcats on this drive already. It's 2nd and just 3 to go.
No score, 2:14, and the clock is rolling. 3rd and 3 for Sulphur Springs. Give it to Jefferson between the tackles. Jefferson covering up the football. And he gets past the line of scrimmage and into the second level, and we'll have the first down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, there's plenty of extra yardage for that first down. One of the personnel running the sticks over there was leaned over, ready to run the sticks up because they even knew it was a first down. So great field position for the Wildcats for now as they're just marching down the field. Still in their own territory on the 42-yard line. It's 1st and 10, another Hooten's Hardware first down.
8-yard gain for Cameron Jefferson. Grayson Reams in motion from left to right. Hand off to Jefferson. This time Jefferson meets stiff resistance from the Braves front line. And either no gain or maybe a little bit of a loss, going to be a loss of about a yard.
Yep, they're going to mark it back -1 on that one, and that was on the tackle for the Braves. It's going to be number 20, Drake Cutlip on the tackle.
Yep. Second 11 for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats will have the advantage of the wind here in 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yes.
When the quarter ends. No score in the game. Sulphur Springs mounted a nice drive to start, but then got into some penalty trouble. Here's Brady Driver scrambling under pressure and only gets back to the line of scrimmage if that.
Yeah, Brady Driver, just a wonderful scrambling quarterback, but there was he broke a couple of tackles actually back in his own backfield. And then we've got a holding call against the Wildcats, so they're going to get to play second down over, but they're going to mark off 10 yards, so it's going to be a second and very long. It's going to be about 21, I believe, as they mark the ball all the way back on the 31-yard line. So the Wildcats, unfortunate penalty there as Brady Driver was trying to scramble and make something out of that play. It got back up to the line of scrimmage, but they've marked it all the way back. It's going to be second 20. 48 seconds on the game clock here for the first quarter.
Driver screen pass, far side. Nice gain for the Wildcats, and on the catch, that time it's Chris Adams.
Yes, and boy, he just like lightning took off with that, got up to a little bit past the original line of scrimmage for, what you call that, about a 12-yard gain there?
I'd say
13-yard gain. I'm just spitballing here, John Mark. You do the math. And now it's going to be third and about 8 here from the Wildcats. Got back all that yardage that they needed, but they've got to get 8 more yards, get a new set of downs.
That was a second and 20 play, yeah, so third and 8. Driver takes the snap, looking right, passing, complete. He'll have the first down over on the far side.
Yes, that great catch there. Looked like
that's Jackson Hare that made the catch.
Okay, Jackson Hare, good call. And he gets past the marker to go well into Brave territory. It's going to be on the 44-yard line in Brave territory, so they're past the 50. And now really good field position with the new set of downs. It's a Hooten's Hardware first down.
12 yards on that third down and 8. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter, no score. Wildcats first down at the community 44-yard line. There goes Driver. Out the gate, Driver, right side down the sideline and steps out of bounds somewhere around the 25-yard line. Well, let's wait now.
Yeah, we'll see where they mark it. Everybody's moving, so it's going down. The folks with the sticks are moving, but they're going over to talk to
the 23.
Yep.
So 21 yards on the game by Brady Driver.
Yeah, we just talked about how good a scrambler he is, and great play there. So it's going to be first and 10. Another Hooten's Hardware first down. Is that 11 seconds left?
11.5.
11.5. I can't see the point from here, but
well,
I knew it was 40 a minute ago. Now they're moving the sticks back for some reason.
That's a sideline warning, is it not? But that is more than a warning.
Yes. I'm not sure what happened there. And the Brave band doing the Brave chop over here to our left. So they get the stick set back up. Still going to be first down.
Still first down, but Sulphur Springs will have the ball at the 37-yard line, 38-yard line, rather than the 23.
Yes, but we were on the
23.
No, we were when they started that play. They were on the 44, I believe.
Yeah, but here's the handoff to Jefferson, off right tackle, and Jefferson shedding tackles down to the 30-yard line of community. So that's a gain of 8, and that will be the final play of the first quarter.
Okay, well, we'll try to sort that out, and we've got a player down, but it's changed the quarter. They're going to switch into the field, and we're going to take a little break here, hear from a couple of our sponsors back in the studio, and we'll send it back there. We'll be back with you with Wildcat football here in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here in the Windy City of Nevada, not a suburb of Chicago, but over here In the community high school, we're playing the Community Braves tonight. The Wildcats 0, the Community Braves 0. 12 minutes on the clock as we get ready to start this second quarter. I never really figured out what that penalty was during the last drive. We'll have to watch the tape on that one.
What I saw was this, which is a sideline.
Right, yeah, where they're trying to get them. Too many people on the side, out of the sideline onto the field, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So beyond that, I don't know. But at any rate, the important thing now, it's 2nd and 2 for Sulphur Springs at the community 30-yard line.
Yep.
Man in motion, that is Wyatt Watson. Fake a handoff. Driver passing into the end zone for Skylar Lewis, and too long. Now the Wildcats have the wind at their back here in the second quarter, and the wind might have carried that one a little too far, Chad.
It did. It certainly did. The wind was a factor there, so Brady Driver's going to have to dial it back a little bit and work with the wind, but maybe he's got that down now. He's a quick learner. He saw that ball sail out of the end zone way over his intended receiver, who was kind of wide open. Not wide open, but he was open. He had a couple of steps on the defender, and they're going to back it up here.
And Wildcats penalized here again. I saw no signal.
Yet, so 5 yards back there for so it's going to make it 2nd and 7. It was 2nd down, so that was probably a false start penalty.
And off to Cameron Jefferson. Jefferson over the right side, running hard.
Good second effort by Wildcats there as he carried, it looked like at least 4 defenders with him for a couple of more yards. It was number 40 that took him down.
Going to leave us with a 3rd down and 2, just inside the 30.
Bo Long on the tackle. Jace Reed on the tackle there for the Braves, and the Wildcats lining up for 3rd and short.
Tight formation here for Sulphur Springs.
And now it looks like Community's going to take a timeout and talk about it. Well, we'll take a timeout with them. It's 0-0 here at Community ISD Field, the Brave Field. 11:18 left in this second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we're back in Nevada. The Wildcats have the ball, 3rd and 2, marching down the field here at 11:18 left in this first half. And during the break there, James was reminding us of the game last year. John Mark, you want to fill us in?
Sulphur Springs won the game last year at Sulphur Springs 37-7 over Community. Now here's this 3rd and 2. Very tight formation. Driver takes the snap, and this is pure power football as Driver just
Say it.
Blast. I was trying to do something other than drive. Blast over the left side, and we'll have the 1st down at the 26-yard line.
That's going to move the sticks, and the Wildcats are going to have another 1st and 10, another Hootens Hardware 1st down, as they're going to be on the 24-yard line, looks like. 26, excuse me. Got to get the right side of the stripe going there, and the Wildcats coming up to the line pretty quickly. Wildcats
went with 2 tight ends and 3 blocking backs on that previous play. Here's a fake to Jefferson, and Lewis sliding in from right to left, can't hold on to it.
That was a perfect wide open pass there, and he just couldn't come up with it. Was Skylar Lewis the intended receiver, and he just hit him right in the numbers. I had a lot of heat on that ball, but maybe he just lost it as soon as it left his hand. But unfortunate for the Wildcats, going to be 2nd and 10.
Could have been 6 points for Sulphur Springs. Yeah. Lewis coming in, though, 20 catches, 453 yards, 22.7 yards per catch for Skylar Lewis and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm
so he'll,
sure we're not going to see the last pass out of him yet.
He'll have his moments yet. Yep. Now Lewis in motion left to right, and here is a ball dropped. And Brady Driver has to fall on it all the way back at the 36-yard line.
Losing about 11, 12, no.
10 yards.
10 yards on that. Yeah, he just kind of bobbled the snap and dropped the ball, and he just very smartly laid down on it. He had a couple of defenders breathing down his neck there, so that's going to make it 3rd and very long for your Wildcats, about 20 yards.
Have to get to the 18-yard line. They're at the 36, so make that 3rd and 18.
10 minutes and counting on the game clock here for the first half. Each team still with 2 timeouts.
No score in the game. Wyatt Watson in motion. Pass to the flat. Wide open is Jackson Hare for Sulphur Springs. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, as he marches into the end zone with a defender not even within,
10 yards.
10 yards close to him. So a great play call there and a great connection between Brady Driver and the receiver, Jackson Hare.
Jackson Hare,
yes. And, of course, the Wildcats lining up for what should be, with this win, what should be an easy extra point here.
Right.
Yeah.
Eric Rodriguez perfect so far this year. Here's the kick, and it is good. And Eric Rodriguez now is 19 for 19 on his extra point attempts.
Now
Go ahead.
The Wildcats up 7-0, 9:45 left in the half. We're going to take a break as they get lined up for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And we'll be back with Wildcat football here in Nevada in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football in the community of Nevada, the community high school here in Nevada. The Braves, Wildcats just putting 7 points on the board and getting ready for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. They'll be kicking left to right with the wind, so I expect this one to go right through the uprights. And 9:45 left in this first half, and John Mark was just relaying to our YouTube listeners that that long drive was 15 plays and went
86 yards.
86 yards, yes, they started on the 14. Look at that. It bounced right on the goal line. Eric Rodriguez putting some leg in it and getting a little help from the wind, and it rolls out of the end zone. The Braves will start their journey right to left at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for them.
Yeah, that was a very low kick by Eric Rodriguez, probably never more than about 10 feet off the ground.
Exactly.
Line drive.
A line drive and just sailed all the way to the and hit right on the goal line there. Yeah.
So the 36-yard touchdown pass from Brady Driver to Jackson Hare. That's the 11th touchdown pass of the season for Brady Driver. That's the first touchdown reception for Jackson Hare.
Yes, great connection there. It was great play calling too because he was wide open.
Yes, he was.
Just flew down the sideline there, and the Braves already coming out of their huddle. The center's already there, and then here comes the rest of the line.
Again, community in the wing T offense. Sometimes hard to pick up who's got the ball, and that's the case this time. But the Wildcats didn't have any trouble picking up who had the ball because they drop in for a loss of about 5 yards, depending on where the ball is spotted.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Flag is down on the play.
It is. I saw that come in. That was, and that official did a great job throwing that flag because he was throwing it into the wind, and he still got a lot of mileage out of that one. He got a lot of yards on that. But it's going to be against the Wildcats as they're going to step it off, and must have been a face mask.
It is face mask penalty.
Yeah, because they're moving the chains. It's 15 yards, and they're going to be all the way up to the 40-yard line, still in their own territory. The Braves get a lucky break on that. Bad news for the Wildcats. And gosh, they were talking about that wind picking up at 9 o'clock, and it's 10 after 8, not even, and really kind of moving. The Wildcats up 7-0 over the Community Braves, and it's 9:20 left in this first half.
They had dropped Troy Matthews for a loss of 5 were it not for that face mask penalty. Now they toss it back to Brandon Mills, and Mills going left. Will have 3 or 4 yards.
He avoided one Wildcat defender there, but didn't avoid those 4 other ones that took him down. And so Wildcats doing a great job there. In fact, it was number 3, Austin Cheney, first in line to wrap him up and take him down. And so it's going to be 2nd and what about 7?
2nd and 7, yeah. Yep. Mills, just a powerful young man, but so far the Wildcats have kept him in check. The center out over the football.
I would love to know what they still talk about after some of the people leave the huddle.
Chase Anthony is the center. Now his handoff here from Corin Ewing, and on this attempt to keep the ball on the ground by Cannon Roan. It's either no gain or very short gain, and it will be no gain.
No gain, and of course the Braves going into the wind here, so we're probably going to see them keep it on the ground. You said they have a running game anyway,
right?
But they're going to really keep it on because the wind is really picking up. Wish I had that Boy Scout merit badge tonight because the flag is certainly standing straight out on that flagpole.
So here's a 3rd and 7 for Community from their own 43-yard line going into the wind. Corin Ewing, the quarterback, takes the snap, rolling to his right, passing, and it is picked off, it looks like, for Sulphur Springs. And that is Giovanni Ibarra.
All right, fantastic way to go Wildcats as they take the ball away from the Braves, and they'll be starting on their own 45-yard line.
And we have an apology to make to Giovanni Ibarra because he scored 2 points in the last game at the end of the game when the Wildcats, I don't remember if it was a blocked extra point, but he ran the ball back for 2 points, and we did not have his jersey number on the roster at that time, so we couldn't identify him. But he's the one who scored those the last 2 points for Sulphur Springs in the Liberty-Ilo game, and now he gets the interception. And I believe that is only the 2nd interception of the season for the Wildcat defense. So first down at the 46-yard line for Sulphur Springs. Driver takes the snap, gets past one oncoming rusher in the backfield, and then crosses the line of scrimmage, and will get a nice gain for the Wildcats into Community territory to the 46-yard line, and that's a gain of about 8 yards.
A fantastic run as Brady Driver dodged several defenders on that play and looked like a running back there twisting and making. He was met by some defenders right at the line of scrimmage, and he made it all the way up and picked up 8 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. Like you say, the Wildcats are now in Braves territory, and they're going to just keep on marching down the field.
7-0, Sulphur Springs leading. Driver claps for the football, has it, backpedals, has his man out there, that's Skylar Lewis, caught at the 10-yard line, touchdown, Skylar Lewis.
Number 6, he puts 6 points on the board, and Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats, as Skylar Lewis got a little redemption there as he dropped that pass earlier, and he was very quick. He was well out in front of those defenders, and when he caught that ball, it was just no catching him as he went on in for 6 points, and Mr. Rodriguez is going to make it another extra point here, see if he can make it 20 for 20 on his extra point tries.
7th touchdown reception for Skylar Lewis. Here's the kick by Eric Rodriguez, and it is good. He's now 20 for 20. 14-0 Wildcats, 7:28 left to go first half.
We'll be back with Wildcat football in Nevada here in just a moment. And we're back in Nevada, Wildcat football here. Just put 7 more points on the board. It's 14-0. 7:28 left in this first half. And John Mark, James reminded us during the break there that last year during this game, the Wildcats scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. So they're kind of on track to do that here. This game, as they get ready to kick off the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, the Nevada receivers went deep in their own territory, and this is probably going to go over their heads, or maybe just 10 feet above the ground.
Here's the kickoff by Eric Rodriguez. This one is very high, unlike the last one, and this one lands almost literally at the back of the end zone.
Yes.
So he kicked out 70 yards in the air.
Another 5 yards, it would have been a field goal. It would have gone through the upright. Yeah. So a little help from the wind. Eric Rodriguez sends it sailing, and that means the Braves don't even have a chance to return that. They're going to be starting their 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. They'll have 75 yards to go, and they're going to have to put something together here because they've had a little trouble so far, and the Wildcats have been putting it together on offense, but they've been dialing it up on defense as well as their center comes up on the ball, and 9 other players back in the huddle. 1 receiver's out. I have no idea why they do that, John Mark. It really bugs me.
Wildcats have taken advantage of the wind here in the second quarter, and here's some misdirection, handoff from Ewing to, once again, Cannon Roan, but Roan not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of a yard back to the 24. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, Chad, but it is different. I will say that. And they send the center Chase Anthony out over the football a good 5 seconds before they break the huddle. You will also see one of the wideouts go out well before they break the huddle.
Yeah, I know. Here comes the center.
Yeah.
And then everybody else still in the huddle. The center already knows the play, I guess. He's just going to snap the ball. And then everybody else is still talking about it. And they run the play clock down really low, 5, 4. They're just coming up to the line of scrimmage. Here they go.
It's a full house backfield with 3 backs behind Ewing. Now they toss it to Brandon Mills, trying to go off right tackle, but a wave of Wildcat tacklers there to meet him and only gets a yard or so.
Well, the Wildcat defense has dialed in that wing T offense that they're trying to run, and they've got their number on that as they meet the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage on both of those, so they're just doing a great job.
3rd down and 9 for Community. Wildcats leading 14-0. We are halfway through the second quarter. 6 minutes to go.
5 seconds on the play clock.
Braves up to the line. Corin Ewing fakes a handoff, rolling out to his right. Has his man out there in the flat, complete, and that will be good enough for a first down. It's Joel Winstead that makes the catch.
Yes.
A tight end for the Braves.
Yep, number 12 for the Braves, Joel Winstead. That's going to move the chains for the Braves. They're going to be on their own 39-yard line as they get a new set of downs, and 1st and 10 for the Braves. 14
yards on the game, that 3rd and 9 play. Ewing and Winstead connecting for Community. Clock stopped with 5:47 to go to halftime, and Sulphur Springs leading 14-0, and the scoreboard just went out for some reason.
Thank goodness you got that time in before the scoreboard went dark.
First down. They keep it on the ground. Off right tackle. Going to be a gain of 2 or 3 yards. That's Brandon Mills on the carry, and he actually got 4.
And the scoreboard's back on. 5:30 left in this first half of ball play. The Wildcats up 14-0, and all the numbers are correct on the scoreboard too. That's even better. So they just wait in the huddle so long, and they come out when there's 5 or 6 seconds left on the play clock. The rest of the players come up. The center's already up there, and they're waiting and waiting and waiting, and they go up. And I guess they're waiting for the play clock to hit 9 or 8, and then they rush up and snap the ball.
They're really trying to use as much time as they can. Here's a handoff to Cannon Roan, going from left to right. And Roan finds a little hole across the 45 up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3. So it is 3rd down and 3 for Community.
Great tackle on the play there by the Wildcats, stopping that play from getting any further. I think that was number 34 on the tackle.
And that would be, Nathan Andrews.
Nathan Andrews, taking that runner down. So that wing T offense is was much more successful in a couple of drives in the first quarter, not so much in the second quarter.
3rd and 3. Toss goes to Brandon Mills. Mills trying to make the corner, lowers his shoulder. He will be close to the first down at about the 49-yard line, depending on the spot.
They're going to move the chains. It's right at the line to gain there, and the official waves them in, says that's going to be enough. They're going to be right at the midfield line, 49-yard line on the Braves side, so not going to take much for them to get over into Wildcat territory, but it's 1st and 10 for the Braves.
Braves moving right to left. They are moving into that very strong wind, which we think is probably as strong as 30 miles an hour. Center out over the football, Chase Anthony. Handoff. And a running play over the right side down to the 50-yard line. And that's Brandon Mills, the workhorse for Community. I said the 50. It's actually the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line.
From the 45-yard line.
Going to be Austin Cheney on the stop again on that play, number 3.
So the Braves breaking into Sulphur Springs territory now for the first time since midway through the first quarter.
Number 79, Jacob Trigandy.
2nd down and 4 here for Community. Corin Ewing turns, hands off to Brandon Mills, and he bounces off the first tackler, keeps his legs moving, and gets within about a yard of the first down as he is brought down at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough for the first down there, so it's going to be third and about a yard short. They keep on moving down the field here with this, and kept it on the ground. They haven't thrown it once in this drive.
That's right. Barring a penalty or some kind of catastrophic loss, I definitely think you'll see them use 2 downs here if they need it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But 3rd and 1 here at the Sulphur Springs 42. Ball's on the far hash mark, and here's a toss to McCullough. First time we've seen him touch the football, and he did not get the first down.
Well, they took him out right at the line to gain there. They took out the stick as well, and maybe the stick holder. There's a little discussion there over on the side of that field. There are a lot of players crowded around. That's right at midfield here, and the stick holder still down, I believe. Here comes the stick coming back up, and it's not going to be enough for the line to gain. Gained maybe a foot.
No, I think they're still moving around over there.
Yeah, they are.
I think he might have lost.
Maybe lost a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Kendall McCullough, 233 yards rushing, averaging 11.1 yards per carry coming into the game, but lost about a yard there. So now the down marker still says 3rd down over there for whatever reason.
Yeah, and they're calling timeout. Somebody's going to have to discuss something, and we're going to take a timeout with them. 2:34 left in the half. The Wildcats up 14-0. Wildcat football. We'll be back with you on KSST here in just a moment. And we're back. Wildcat football in Nevada. Community Braves 0, Wildcats 14. 2:34 left in this first half. The Braves have the ball. They're marching down the field. It's 4th down and about 2 yards to go. We'll call it a long 1.5, 2. Anyway, they've got a very tall order ahead of them here. The Wildcat defense really dialing in that wing T offense that the community likes to run. Here they come to the line of scrimmage.
It's the 10th play of the drive, and this is a play-action pass on 4th down and 2. Ewing passing over to the far side, and it is caught by Gabe Giron coming out of the backfield, and he'll have the first down for community.
Yeah, great job there by the Wildcat defense to take him down, but it was enough for a first down. The Braves are going to get a new set of downs as they move down the field. Deeper into Wildcat territory, they're going to be on the Wildcat 38-yard line. That was the first pass play we've seen this drive. Right,
on 4th and 2.
Yeah, so
they come up with the play-action pass, and Giron comes out of the backfield, catches the short toss, and they've got the first down at the Wildcat 38. Here's the handoff to Cannon Roan between the tackles, and a wave of white jerseys there to meet him.
He may get 1 yard out of that with his forward progress, but not much. Good stop by the Wildcats as they read that one. And I just noticed I was going to say a minute ago that they're burning up the clock.
That's right.
Their huddle protocol that they're using over there. I just saw the coach waving them out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage because they're just running too much time off the clock. Minute 35 now.
Right. And now they're up to the line here on this 2nd down and 9. Snap to Ewing. Ewing under pressure.
Intercepted.
Back to throw it. It is picked off, and this is the 2nd interception of the first half for Giovanni Ibarra of Sulphur Springs.
Fantastic as the Wildcats picked that one off and put a stop to the drive that the Braves were making coming down the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 for your Wildcats. 1:21 left in this first half. The Wildcats are up 14-0 as they start their drive on their own 20-yard line. The most important part of that story is that they stopped that drive for the Braves.
What a big play guy Giovanni Ibarra has become for Sulphur Springs with 2 interceptions here in the first half, and we told you that he returned Liberty Ilo 2-point conversion attempt all the way for 2 points for the Wildcats at the end of the game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Plenty of
Driver
time.
now will pass from the 30-yard line with just over a minute left to go, or he will now run it as Driver scrambling.
Yeah.
Crosses the line of scrimmage and is taken out of bounds over here on the near side. That's going to be a first down.
He ran out of bounds. He was pushed down to the ground, and he's comes up, kind of hit his knee when he came down. Should have been a flag on that play because he was already out of bounds. But then again, the flag that I have won't reach the field from here. So the Wildcats going to move all the way up to midfield on a great run by Brady Driver. It's going to be, 20 yards?
20 yards, yeah.
20 yards.
20-yard gain.
30.
Driver back to throw, flags down. Passing on the near side intended for Chris Adams. But flags on the play.
Flag on the play. That play didn't even get started good before that flag came out. That's going to be maybe offside.
Yep. Offsides against Community.
Yep. So that was a great run by Brady Driver, but and he knew wisely to step out of bounds when he got when a defender got close to him to stop the clock. 1 minute and 6 seconds left in this first half. 14-0. The Wildcats are up.
That drive by Community, by the way, was an 11-play drive. 12-play drive, actually.
Yeah, and they got cut short there. A great job with the
interception, yeah.
Yeah.
Driver now throwing deep down the left side for Skylar Lewis, and he had close coverage at the 10-yard line, unable to make the catch. I think he was expecting or hoping for a flag there, but there will be none.
Yeah, and of course that's the far side of the field from where we are, and looked like pretty good close coverage actually. He may have a little more contact than we could see from here, but with that penalty, it was 1st and 5. Now it's 2nd and 5 for your Wildcats. Incomplete pass kills the clock. 59.8 seconds left in this first half. Wildcats trying to put some more points on the board before time expires.
2nd and 5 at the Community 45-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. They move left to right. The wind at their back. Pass over the middle. It is complete to Jackson Hare. Hare at the 20, 15 going for the pylon. 10, touchdown.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, as Jackson Hare turns it into a track meet and outruns everyone to get into the end zone, putting 6 more points on the board. 20-0, the Wildcats are up with 51 seconds left on the clock. Eric Rodriguez coming out to make the extra point. It'll be his 21st attempt. Am I keeping up with the math right?
That's right.
He's still got the wind to his back. Wind is actually keeps picking up. I think they're going to be right that it may be windy about 9 o'clock.
45-yard touchdown pass from Driver to Jackson Hare, and that's the 2nd touchdown reception of the first half for Jackson Hare. Kick is good, 21-0, Sulphur Springs.
We'll be back with Wildcat football here on KSST in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football in Nevada. The Wildcats just put some more points on the board thanks to an interception and a great drive down the field. And right before time expires for the half, 51 seconds left in this first half. Wildcats up 21-0 above the Community Braves as Eric Rodriguez gets set to kick off the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. I expect this one to go through the uprights.
But you don't get any points.
Sail it right through the uprights.
Even if it does.
Mr. Rodriguez, I think you can do it. The official all the way back into the end zone. Oh, here we go.
The wind blew off the tee.
Oh, I thought we were getting ready for a onside kick there. That'd be interesting.
Again, the second interception of the first half by Giovanni Ibarra. He is a sophomore for the Wildcats.
And becoming a force in this game, Giovanni Ibarra. We haven't said his name enough, have we?
I'm not sure he was on the varsity until 2 weeks ago. Rodriguez slips down on the kick, and it only goes to the 30-yard line, and now the return for Community out to about the 38-yard line. And that is Cannon Roan on the return to the 38-yard line. So Community with relatively good field position, but not much time.
No, they've got 37.5 seconds left on the clock. It's
they have 2 timeouts.
Yes. It must have been an official timeout when they took time here after the stick holder went down over there. Could have
been.
Yeah, official timeout, I guess.
This was a scoreless game at the end of the first quarter.
Yes.
But it's been a big second quarter for the Wildcats with the wind at their back. And, Chad, I think that's made a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's
3 touchdown passes, so that tells you something right there.
They're taking their time getting everything set here.
So Jackson Hare with 2 touchdown receptions in the first half.
So the official here waving to the scoreboard operator, changing the clock. 47 seconds now left in this first half. They changed it, they added 10 more seconds onto the clock for some reason. Everybody back in time with each other. 47 seconds the Braves have to get about 62 yards down the field.
Yep. They will go from the shotgun here. Handoff is to Brandon Mills between the tackles. Mills, using his blockers, able to get up to about the 41-yard line for a gain of 3 yards or so, but they're being very conservative here. Down 21-0 with less than 30 seconds to go. No timeout called for here. Again,
yeah, they're letting the clock run. Day Hall on the tackle.
Day had a huge week against Liberty Isla. Ewing passing now this time to the near side, but out of bounds. The catch is made, but out of bounds, and that's Davis Stanfield that nearly came up with the grab there for Community.
Yeah, good effort there. Stopping the clock, 15.6 seconds left. It's going to be Hail Mary time for these Braves as they're going to try to put something together. They've got time for a couple more plays. If they can stop the clock, maybe 3. What do you think?
Oh, they would have time if they want to use their timeouts for maybe 3 plays.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle again. This is a very conservative approach that goes to Brandon Mills again. And he just has not been able to find any room to run against this Sulphur Springs defense in the first half.
And they're going to let the time expire. It's going to be all zeros on the time clock there. 21, the Wildcats 0 for the Community Braves. The Wildcats are going into the locker room with a very good first half behind them. Actually, a very good second quarter behind them because the first quarter was scoreless. But a great job so far. We're going to take a quick break as they get set up for the bands here. And we'll be back with Wildcat football, the Wildcat band here in just a moment. And we're back. Wildcat football continues on KSST, but right now we're going to have the routine from the Blue Blazes as they just came out. Been a good first half for the Wildcats so far, John Martin.
Well, absolutely, and as you pointed out, the second quarter really is what did it for Sulphur Springs. It was no score at the end of the first quarter. Wildcats had a drive that got them as far as the Community 23-yard line on the first possession, but then there was a holding penalty, ended up punting, and then Community had a little bit of a drive and ended up punting to Sulphur Springs, and then the Wildcats extended their first scoring drive over the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, and that was a 36-yard touchdown pass at the end of it from Brady Driver to Jackson Hare.
Yes.
Do we need to be focusing on the Blue Blazes right now?
Well, we unfortunately with our wind situation, the crowd mic is not in use there. Not very good to hear the announcements by the director of the Blue Blazes. So
continue to
yes, tell us all about it. Well,
all right.
I do have to say that we're very lucky, as always. We make this comparison to Gerald Prim Stadium, and that press box and those facilities that we have are second to none.
I agree.
And we're no problem. We've been real hospitable here by the Nevada community, and everybody's been wonderful. I think you actually know some people from over here.
I do indeed.
And they're really nice, but where we're set up and is just a very difficult situation for to hear the announcer with our crowd mic. We're right in the line of fire as it is. We're actually on the pathway where they're coming in and out of the press box. We just saw the changeover of all the coaches, all the Wildcat coaches coming out, having to come down the extension ladder that's bolted to the wall in there,
right,
so they can get up on the roof. And they came down there, and then all the supporters of the Blue Blazes coming in to announce the captains and introduce their routine that those folks on YouTube can enjoy watching that right now.
I was about to say, if you will look in on YouTube, you can see their performance. But we'll continue to recap the scoring in the first half. Wildcats' first touchdown, 36-yard touchdown pass from Brady Driver to Jackson Hare. That's the one in which he was at least 10 yards in the clear on the near side. And Eric Rodriguez with the kick to make it 7-0. That was an 86-yard, 15-play drive for the Wildcats. Wildcats got started then about midway through the second quarter on an interception, the first of 2 interceptions in the first half by Giovanni Ibarra, the sophomore defensive back for Sulphur Springs. And then the Wildcats scored in 2 plays on a 46-yard touchdown pass from Brady Driver to Skylar Lewis to make it 14-0 with 7:28 left to go in the second quarter. Then another interception by Ibarra. This came at the end of an extended drive by the Braves. They went from their own 25-yard line to the Sulphur Springs 37-yard line in 11 plays, but Ibarra got the interception. And then the Wildcats went, that would have been from the 30-yard line, so 70 yards in 3 plays, and a 45-yard touchdown pass from Brady Driver to Jackson Hare. His second touchdown reception of the first half. Jackson Hare, by the way, is just a sophomore for Sulphur Springs. Eric Rodriguez, another sophomore.
Yes.
With the extra point, he's perfect on the season at 21 for 21. And our score now, 21-0. Sulphur Springs at halftime, and Sulphur Springs High School band coming out onto the field right now.
I'm going to try to move our mic around here, John Mark, and get a little bit better audio on the band. Everybody wants to hear that. I'm going to turn ours down. We'll
I think that'd be a great idea.
Take a break and try to hear the band. Man, oh man, that Wildcat band.
The Wildcat band will recognize this week's section of the week, the Euphonium. And this week's band members of the week are Jasmine Yanez and Josh Marin.
Wildcat band getting set up here, getting ready to another performance of their UIL performance. They a couple of competitions last weekend, did a great job, winning lots of awards in 2 different competitions in the same weekend, and they'll continue to move on. Here they go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sulphur Springs High School Wildcat Band.
Man, oh man, that Wildcat band, they're just doing a great job this season, and no wonder they're getting great reviews and wonderful, and winning those competitions already, and we expect them to go far into district this year. Exactly.
I believe, and I shouldn't say this because you never should say something when you're not certain about it, but I think I'm right that their UIL competition is next Saturday.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that's and they won those two competitions last week.
Right.
And so doing a great job this year as they do every year. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up in the second half when we come back. John Marks will just study up. I think you've already got some good advice for the Community Braves coach, but I can't wait to hear it. We're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our supporters here at KSST, and we'll be back with Wildcat football on KSST here in just a moment. And we're back. Wildcat football continues in just a few moments. We're going to be expecting to hear the Community Brave Band in the background as we talk about this second half. The Wildcats first having a great second quarter, so we'll call it a great first half as they put 21 points on the board. And the Community Braves have answered with 0 points. So the Braves, it just seemed like, John Mark, every time they try to get something going, something happened, they just couldn't follow through.
Well,
of course, it's a great Wildcat defense is what caused a lot of it.
Right, and we've talked a lot about Giovanni Ibarra with the 2 interceptions in the first half. The thing that is remarkable about that, or one of the things, is that Sulphur Springs only had 1 interception all season prior to this game, and now yes. Ibarra had 2 there in the first half. The only other interception was by Braxton Wall back in the first game against Jacksonville. So
yes, and Giovanni Ibarra, you said this during the broadcast earlier, but a sophomore.
He is a sophomore.
Yes, and so doing a great job, especially today. He's go ahead.
But yeah, if your defense can get to the point where it's creating the turnovers, interceptions, and forced fumbles and so forth, and that is obviously that's a huge deal.
Yes.
So if that's something that is developing, then that would be all to the good.
And certainly the wind has been a factor for the ball game. Now let's see who's going to be going which way. The Wildcats will be going into the wind this time.
I believe so, yes.
Because they were the Braves took the they won the coin toss and they deferred, and then they're going to be getting the second half J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and so then they'll be going with the wind, I believe, as they travel down the field, and they weren't able to capitalize on it in the first half. The Wildcats were. The Wildcats, there was no points scored in the first quarter when the Wildcats were going into the wind. As soon as the Wildcats were with the wind, that's when things. Right. The winds have changed. Yeah, that changed for the Wildcats.
It really did.
Yeah, and so tell me about this wing T offense that the Community Braves are trying to. It seemed to work on a few drives early on. They didn't put any points on the board, but the Wildcats kind of had a tough time figuring it out there in the beginning. Then I guess they finally figured it out.
Well, it's based on deception. You have the quarterback under center, which we almost never see anymore in right. high school and college football, at least, and not very much in pro football. And so a lot of fake handoffs. So it'll fake to this man, fake to that man, maybe the third man that gets the ball, misdirection. This is the kind of thing. And then once in a while you'll put it up in the air and surprise everybody and pass downfield, and you might be successful with that. But it's primarily a ground-based offense, and
right.
they have had some very impressive production here. Again, we talked about Brandon Mills, 492 yards rushing and 7.9 yards a carry and 10 touchdowns coming into the game. Kendall McCullough had 233 yards, averaging 11.1 yards per carry. Gabe Deeron, 311 yards, 7.2. That's another thing with the wing T. A lot of different players touch the football. A lot of different players get involved in the offense. So that's another attractive aspect of it. Corin Ewing, their quarterback, had passed for 694 yards coming into the game, right. 57% 5 touchdowns. He had 6 interceptions, though, which we mentioned before the game. Now he has 8 interceptions. So you look at that ratio of touchdown passes to interceptions, and it doesn't look too good, for him from that standpoint.
We talked about earlier, before the game started, we talked about the records of all of the teams that came into tonight's contest, and Wildcats doing very well, 4-1 as well, and you talked about all the different teams, but it's come down to who they've played, because non-district play there's really a lot of variation in non-district play these days.
There really is, and it just depends. Every team has a different schedule, of course, and it's really hard to assess teams. And I'll give you a great example of that, Chad. That is the Commerce-Winsboro game last week that Tricia and I went to see in Winsboro.
Yep.
Both teams went into the game 5-0.
Right.
Undefeated. And the score at the end of the first quarter, Chad, was Winsboro 38, Commerce 7. At the end of the first quarter.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
So those 5-0 records were not comparable records, as it turned out. Winsboro, which is totally dominant over Commerce there, and so it is hard to gauge what you have when you're looking at the records in non-district play. I will tell you that with Anna, I know they're tough.
Yes.
Because they had a very, very close game with Salina. In fact, went into overtime. They did not lose that game until they got into overtime. And Salina has one of the top teams in North Texas year in, year out, and I think this year is no exception. So Salina's going to be tough, and that game will come up at the very end of the regular season for the Wildcats on November 3rd.
Right.
At Anna. And you don't want to count your chickens, as they say.
Right.
But you really have to think that that's probably going to be 2 teams undefeated in district facing off against each other with the district championship on the line.
Oh, exactly.
And the top seed going into the playoffs. So.
Yeah, well, and when you talk about in non-district play before district play, a lot of the teams play up. We played some bigger teams and some more powerful teams, and it really is a good experience for these young men to play some fierce competitors before they get into district play to see how difficult it may be. And the Wildcats have certainly answered to the challenge tonight, because there's still a lot of football left. There's still another full half of play, but the Wildcats have done a fantastic job of meeting that challenge. And Brady Driver, just can't say it enough. He's a good triple threat quarterback. He can he real good on the draw play of reading that, whether to hand off or pass. He's a good scrambler. He's a great in passing. He made some great connections in this ball game already, and thank goodness Skylar Lewis got a little redemption on that play, because he dropped one pass that kind of hit him in the numbers there. Not sure what happened, but then he came back a few plays later, and they connected on a long one, and he went in for a touchdown. And Jackson Hare made a big play and just went into the end zone untouched. And that was great play calling and a great reception by Jackson Hare, but certainly a great pass by Brady Driver as well.
Sure. Yeah, I think maybe somebody missed a coverage there for community on that play, but give the Wildcats, as you say, and the offensive coordinator Peter Medlock credit for a great play call, because clearly it created some confusion for community, and that was the first touchdown, 36-yard pass from Brady Driver that got the Wildcats on the board at 7-0. Yeah, Driver coming into the game, 945 yards passing, 57% completion rate. He now has 13 touchdown passes versus 4 interceptions, so that's a pretty good ratio there.
Yes.
And, of course, 400 yards rushing for Brady Driver, 6.2 yards per carry, and 10 rushing touchdowns for the young man. So, yeah, he as they say, can do it all. for Sulphur Springs, and I know in talking to Brandon Faircloth and also Peter Medlock, they're in love with the kid. They think he's the greatest, and talk about his work ethic and his diligence and study habits and all of those.
And it certainly shows on the field tonight and in every game. So he's done a great job scrambling and just reading the defense when he does run. He runs like a running back and spins and throws off tackles and gains the yards that he needs to gain. And as we talk, watching, you can hear in the background, you hear the performance by the Braves band. Not as big of a band overall as what the Wildcat band is, but they have been noticing and our YouTube watchers are probably enjoying a performance there of this Braves band, and they're doing pretty well. A lot of props, though. I'm not big on the props, and there's a lot of props in this one.
Well, that's the
sign of the
standard,
times, right?
That's pretty much standard these days.
And they don't have twirlers anymore. Really, do they? No,
That's a great point, and I do not know what happened to twirlers. And that was the most prestigious thing for high school girls, to be a twirler. And many bands had several.
Right. And then it was the flag corps, and now it's not. It's the color guard now.
That's a great point.
Yes.
I don't know whatever became of the twirlers.
Well, we'll do a little history lesson on that.
That's an interesting question.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with some Wildcat football here on KSST in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here on KSST. The Wildcats up. We're having a great first half of this game. 21-0 over the Community Braves from Nevada. The Wildcat band sitting in the end zone to welcome the Wildcat players back onto the field, and the Blue Blazes down on the other end zone, and now they're all walking to their respective places. A smaller visitor side than what we have at Gerald Prim Stadium, so they've got chairs all lined up on the track over there for the band and the Blue Blazes. No, the Blue Blazes are in the stands over there. Still a pretty good crowd making the drive over here tonight. We made the long drive in a J. Hodge Chevrolet that they loaned us to get on the road. Make that long drive. The J. Hodge Chevrolet used or new car will help you get down the road. So go by and see Bill Owens and the crew for a new or used Tahoe they gave us tonight. Very nice ride. Coming over, don't you think, John Mark?
Absolutely. I think we've had a Tahoe every trip, have we not?
Well, we've got a large crew. Of course, we've got Natalie on the camera doing wonderful camera work. Cameron Faust helping us out with some statistics and spotting of the plays, spotting the players. John Mark Dempsey on play-by-play. And, of course, I'm your host for the festivities, Chad Young, on the color commentary as the Wildcats come out for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And let's see.
Wildcats will have the wind here in the third quarter.
We're going to have the wind going with us here. It's never been so important to pay attention to the way this swaps out, during the different ones, different plays. So the Nevada team here, the Community Braves, are going to be going into the wind when they receive the ball. We expect Eric Rodriguez to kick that completely out of the end zone. A little shorter kick. Yep, it's right on the goal line again.
Maybe a yard or so deep into the end zone, then rolls very quickly out the back of the end zone, so it's another touchback. He's had a touchback on every kick tonight.
Yes.
He's had, I don't believe he's kicked into the wind one time. I don't believe he kicked into the wind.
They had to kick off at the beginning, right? Was that into the wind? Because the second quarter they were going with the wind.
So, I guess you're right. I guess that was
and we kicked off the very no, they kicked off because we got the ball.
They kicked off.
That's right. We got the ball first. So no, he probably didn't have to kick off into them. Okay, the Braves get started.
And on first down from the 25-yard line, it's a handoff, and they send Gabe Duran up the middle for a couple of yards to the 27-yard line.
I expect a faster pace from the Community Braves this second half, even though they're not coming up to the line of scrimmage anytime soon.
I don't know that I would count on that.
Yeah.
That's just not the way they play, and they are a bird of a different feather.
Yes, they are. Here come the receivers in the center, coming out of the huddle first, and then as 8 seconds appears on the play clock, they come all to the line of scrimmage.
Corin Ewing under center tosses to Brandon Mills, the power back going off tackle to the right side, and he is buried under a wave of Wildcat tacklers up to the 32-yard line he goes, 33-yard line. That's a gain of 6 yards for Brandon Mills, and now 3rd down and 2 for Community from the 34-yard line.
I've been mesmerized by their huddle protocol here, and I noticed that the rest of them break out as soon as 8 appears on the play clock. But as soon as I say that, there's 18, and here they come.
Ewing on this 3rd down and 2, and this is a draw play to Gabe Duron, and Duron will have the first down out across the 40 to the 45-yard line.
Now, that play certainly caught the Wildcat defense off guard as they really gained some yardage on that, and they got up into a little bit deeper in their own territory there, almost to the midfield.
12 yards on the game. Now they're picking up the tempo, and they snap the ball quickly. It's a handoff to Mills, and Mills a short gain. Perhaps no gain. In fact, it will be no gain. So at the 46-yard line.
Yep. They're going to give him maybe half a foot there, looks like, maybe a yard.
So that previous carry by Duran on the draw play was for 13 yards.
Yeah, a huge play. That got him a new set of downs, and they're getting close to midfield there.
Trayvon Tasby goes out wide to the right side. And now it's Brandon Mills coming to the near side, bouncing outside and makes the corner, turns upfield and crosses into Sulphur Springs territory.
He gets wrapped up by Grayson Hardy for the Wildcats, who wraps him up and steps him out of bounds just short of the first down the line to gain there.
A flag on the play.
Oh, flag on the play. Coming over here.
Holding call against Community.
There we go. Yep.
The call will be holding against the Braves.
So wipe out that nice game by Brandon Mills.
Yep.
They walk this one back inside the 40-yard line of the Braves. They put it down at the 35-yard line.
So that's going to be about an 18-yard difference as they gained about 8 yards on that. It's going to wipe that out, and then the holding call going to mark off 10 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 20.
Right.
For those Braves.
They need to reach the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. When you said Grayson Hardy a moment ago, he's the number 2 tackler on the Wildcat team with 34 coming into the game. Here is Ewing, lobs one up on the run, and it's caught by Duran. At the 42-yard line, he is hit hard and brought down after a relatively short gain.
Yeah, a couple of Wildcat defenders actually collided with the receiver there at the same time. One of them slow to get up, but he's coming back into the field of play there. It was quite a, but it's still a loss. Well, no, quite a gain there because they were so far back.
The result of the play.
He picked up 7 yards after making the catch and then carrying the ball downfield just a bit further. Ewing and Duran kind of improvised that as Ewing was under pressure, and he just sort of tossed it up in a rather reckless fashion. At least I thought at first. But
a lot of defenders there, yeah.
Duran made the catch and then gained a few more yards. Here is a reverse to Cannon Roan, going from left to right, but he's going nowhere. In fact, he's going to be dropped for a loss over on the far side, back at the 40-yard line.
About 6 Wildcats get an assist on that tackle. Day-Day Hall being the first one to wrap him up, and that's going to bring down 4th and long for the Braves. I'm going to guess they're going to punt this one and not even going to fake anything else.
It'll be 4th and 15 from their own 40-yard line, trailing 21-0 with 8:30 left to go in the third quarter. This is the first possession of the second half. And Corin Ewing, the quarterback, is the punter. Now, he will be punting into the wind, but he's not going to punt. This is a fake, and they throw for Cannon Roan, and Roan got his hand on it at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line, and it is incomplete.
Well, I'm going to have to say that was a very good play call and almost a very good reception. They kind of caught the Wildcats off guard there, and the the pass was in the right area, but he just couldn't come up with it. If he had come down with it, it would have been a first down. He knew exactly where the line to gain was on that. So that's going to turn those sticks around, and the Wildcats are going to have their first down in the Braves end of the field on the 40-yard line. So great field position for your Wildcats.
Sulphur Springs at the 40 of Community after the Braves run a fake on a 4th and 15. Driver throwing for Jackson Hare. Hare makes the catch in the flat over on the far side. He's having a big night and circles out a one tackle and then is swarmed over there at about the 20-yard line. But it's a gain of about 20 yards for the Wildcats.
Absolutely. He picked up about 4 extra yards by spinning and fighting and working his way. That second and third effort got him all the way down to about the 20-yard line, be a 20-yard gain. Like you say, it's going to be 1st and 10 for your Wildcats right here in the red zone. It's going to be another Hooten's Hardware first down.
21-0 Sulphur Springs. This is their first possession of the third quarter. At the Community 20-yard line, first down. Brady Driver, the senior quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap, swings it out for Cameron Jefferson, but incomplete off his fingertips, just at about the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Wildcats having a great ball game. Brady Driver having a great ball game so far. 20, like you say, 21 to zip. 7:48 left in this third quarter. Doing some personnel changing as the play clock hits 20. Wildcats taking their time to get up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Wildcats from the spread. Driver in the shotgun has Cameron Jefferson a step to his left. Snap to Driver. Give it to Jefferson. Big hole as Jefferson bursts through the line of scrimmage and is into the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown. Cameron Jefferson, 20-yard touchdown run.
He fought his way all the way in, and Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats, as they put 6 points on the board on that score with Eric Rodriguez trotting out onto the field to make that extra point attempt. That was a great play. He just fought his way. He was caught about 5 yards out and just fought his way all the way into the end zone.
Had a great hole, but as Chad said, he ran into some resistance close to the goal line. Now the extra point is missed, the first one that Eric Rodriguez has missed this season.
Well, we shouldn't have said anything. We jinxed the poor man, the poor boy there. Eric Rodriguez misses the extra point. 27-0. Wildcats are up over the Community Braves. 7:41 left in this third quarter. We'll take a break as they get ready for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and we'll be back with Wildcat football here on KSST in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here in Nevada. The Wildcats up 27-0 over the Braves. 7:41 left in this third quarter. I think maybe we jinxed Mr. Rodriguez there on the kicking. He was 20 for 20 in his extra point attempts, right?
That's right.
And he missed the 21st one, doing a great job, having a great season.
Actually would have been 21 for 21. So he's now 21 for 22.
I got you.
And I think maybe, again, the wind at his back could have had an effect on that particular kick. Here's another deep kickoff into the end zone and out of the end zone. So the touchdown, 20-yard run by Cameron Jefferson. That's his second rushing touchdown of the season. He had one against Liberty Ilo.
Yep.
And again, just tremendous determination and second effort that we have seen from him now the past 2 games, especially close to the goal line.
Yep.
And we saw it again there from the 5-yard line all the way in. And the Wildcats up 27-0. 7:41 left to go in the third quarter. Braves keep it on the ground, and game from the 25 where they had to touch back up to about the 30-yard line. Brandon Mills, the workhorse for Community, with 5 yards on that game. 30-yard line.
Laren Vaughn in on the tackle there for the Wildcats, as well as Giovanni Solis.
Laren Vaughn, number 1 tackler on the Wildcat team, with 48 coming into the game. 2nd and 5 from the 30. And a pass now to Cannon Roan, as there's some misdirection with the quarterback Ewing rolling out to his right, then throwing back to the left, and Roan open on the near side.
Huge gain for the Braves as they get into Wildcat territory all the way down to the 49-yard line. That was just a huge play, and nobody to cover Roan there for a second, so that was kind of a good play call for the Braves. Probably one of their biggest plays of the night so far.
Well executed. 21 yards on the gain to Cannon Roan. Now Ewing under center with 3 backs behind him in a T formation. And Ewing rolling out to his right now, feeling the pressure, and will be shoved out of bounds for a loss over on the far side by Truth Holmes, the sophomore defensive lineman for Sulphur Springs.
They're going to lose several yards on that play there. They're going to mark him back about 4 yards. 4-yard loss, I think. Let's see. No, now they're going to change their mind. They're going to give him a little progress there. He's going to lose about a yard.
Line of scrimmage was the Sulphur Springs 49 and now the 50, so that is a loss of 1 yard.
Yep.
2nd and 11. Braves moving from right to left into the wind here in the third quarter. Wing back left, 2 backs behind Ewing. Hand off to Gabe Duran. And Duran between the tackles lowers his shoulder. Gets across the 40 down to the 39-yard line of the Wildcats.
Kind of caught the Wildcat defense looking on that one, and they got enough to move the sticks and get a first down. Yeah, he faked a pitch there and then immediately handed off. So that wing T offense, like you say, that setup worked well for him that particular time.
That's exactly right. 11 yards on the game. First down, Sulphur Springs 39-yard line, ball on the far hash. Again, the wing left, wide out to the right. 2 backs behind Ewing. Ewing sets up to throw. Deep down the middle for Roan, and Roan a leaping try for the catch at the 15-yard line, but it's broken up by Grayson Hart. No, by Austin Cheney.
That's Austin Cheney, number 3, who does some very well executed coverage on that. He wasn't draped all over. He got there just as the ball did and broke up that play. That would have been probably could have been 6 points for the Braves if he had connected on that one. But Austin Cheney caught up with him and broke that play up, and so it's 2nd and 10 for the Braves.
27-0, Sulphur Springs leading. 2nd down and 10 for Community at the Sulphur Springs 39-yard line. Handoff and going nowhere on this running attempt, and this is Jesse James on the carry for the Braves.
Really? There you go.
First time we've
called his name, Jesse James.
Jesse James. Lost back to the 42-yard line. That's a loss of 3. Third down and make it. I'll make it 13.
Yep, and you have to say that the Braves are really fighting. They're coming out of the locker room there for this second half, and they're trying to make something happen.
Need to get to the Sulphur Springs 29-yard line for the first down. That's the line to gain.
And the coach of the Braves didn't like something he saw, so he called a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them, and we'll be back with Wildcat football in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here on KSST. The Wildcats up 27-0. John Mark, what's a great game so far for the Wildcats. 5:44 left in the third quarter. The Braves having a very important conference on their sideline. They got a very big third down play coming up. It's 3rd and 13. And they're in Wildcat territory on the Wildcat 42-yard line. And so I'm not sure what he didn't like about the play he called, or about the defense setup that the Wildcats had that he didn't like. But either way, they have already talked about it, and they're going to move out there and try to dial something in here. And it's a very big play for the Wildcat defense as well if they can hold them here.
3rd and 13 for Community from the 42-yard line of Sulphur Springs to set up the screen pass. And this is Gabe Duran with the catch in the flat on the near side, but he is wrapped up and brought down by Austin Cheney.
Oh, yes, Austin Cheney got there very quickly and broke up that play, and they lost another yard on that. It first looked like that it was wide open on that screen, and it looked like that was going to be a great play, but the Wildcats quickly picked up on that, and now it's 4th and forever for the Community Braves. It's going to call it about 4th and 14, I would.
4th and 14 is correct. From the 43 to the 29 they would need to go, and obviously they will. I say obviously, there's no appearance that they will punt here.
No, it's really they're going to have to get some points on the board. They're going to have to take any chance they can, and so I'm expecting a big bomb of a pass right here.
4th and 14 from the Sulphur Springs 43-yard line, and there is a bomb. And my gosh, there's another interception for Sulphur Springs.
And tell me who that is, John Mark.
That is Giovanni Ibarra.
Yes, it is. Giovanni Ibarra having a fantastic game as they throw the big bomb try on the 4th and long. Giovanni Ibarra comes up with it. An interception. Now the Wildcats have the ball. His 3rd one of the night.
3rd interception of the night for the sophomore, Giovanni Ibarra. Wow!
I think he's going to have an easy practice next week. He's not going to be running laps like I would have been. But the Wildcats not great field position, but they did keep the Braves from getting any kind of advancement on that. So they're going to be all the way back on the 7-yard line, looks like. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for your Wildcats. Deep in their own territory, it's going to be their most challenging field position to start their set of downs that they've had so far.
Yeah, definitely. This is the worst field position of the night for Sulphur Springs at their own 7-yard line, but they're leading 27-0. Late in the 3rd quarter, here is Cameron Jefferson taking the handoff from Brady Driver, charging straight ahead up to about the 10-yard line, not quite the 10. But we'll call that a gain of 3. Jace Reed, who leads the Braves in tackles with 33 coming into the game, made the tackle there, linebacker for the Braves.
4:18 left on the game clock for this 3rd quarter. Wildcats up 27-0, taking their time, running some time off the clock.
Yeah, no need to hurry right now. Sulphur Springs from the spread with 2 wide to the left side. Grayson Reams is the H-back behind the left tackle. They give it to Cameron Jefferson, and this time he has nowhere to go. He is swarmed by Braves tacklers, and the loss is back to the 8-yard line, so it's basically 3rd down and 10 now for Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, a little bit of a loss there. They're back to the original line of scrimmage, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10. But with the wind at their back, I'm expecting a big pass here. Jackson Hare, Skylar Lewis, dial either one of those in.
But if you have to punt here with the wind at your back, you're not going to be too concerned about it.
Exactly. I think he can put it in the end zone. He can.
Brady Driver fakes the handoff to Jefferson. Driver going to keep it himself around the left side. There goes Driver. Look at him go. Across the 30 to the 35. He's got the 1st down easily. Unless it's just a question of where he stepped out of bounds over on the far side.
I tell you, the triple threat quarterback Brady Driver runs it. They're not moving the chains yet.
Yeah, oh no, I do see a flag back at the 17-yard line.
Okay.
Yeah, I just now saw that.
Yeah, I see it now.
So that's probably going to wipe out that big gain by Brady Driver.
They're walking it back. Well, I think there was
unsportsmanlike conduct. How did that happen? What's that about?
I'm not sure.
And when and where?
Yeah, well, right about the 17-yard line, I guess. But
dropped the flag there, but was it behind the play? I don't know.
Brady Driver, that was a great run, Brady Driver.
Now they are moving the chains. This may be a dead ball foul.
I see. So they're going to give him that progress that he made all the way up there, or they're going to spot it back here where the foul was, or because that's going to be.
He would have been out of bounds about the 40, and now they're going to mark it at the 25.
There's your 15 yards right there.
So it is a first down.
Yes. So they got the first down, and then they got 15 yards marked off of that.
The play was from the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
So that's a 17-yard gain, as it turns out, for Brady Driver, but would have been much more than that. Driver to throw, passing far side, complete at the 40-yard line, and out of bounds over on the far side.
Skylar Lewis.
That is Skylar Lewis.
Great reception by Skylar Lewis as he just snatched that and turned around and went out of bounds. That stops the clock. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Wildcats advancing up to their 40-yard line. That sounds familiar. 15
yards on the gain to Skylar Lewis, who had the touchdown reception in the first half. That was a 46-yard touchdown pass from Brady Driver. Line of scrimmage now is the 41-yard line. And they give it to Cameron Jefferson, and Jefferson using his blockers. Up to the 45-yard line he goes, or make it no, that will be the 45, so that is a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, he had a good path to follow there. One of his blockers, Brandon Vasquez, made a good hole for him, and he got a few yards out of that.
Well, they moved it back to the 44. So gain of 4 yards, second down and 6. Ball on the far hash as they move from left to right. Play action pass for Driver in the pocket, passing, complete. And this is Wyatt Watson, gets away from the first tackler and then brought down from behind, but not before he gets to the 21-yard line of Community.
Yes, a great run there after the completion, and it took 2 defenders to take him down. Number 40, one of them, Isaac Ray. No, excuse me, that's on the Wildcats. On the Jace Reed, number 40, on the Community Braves, that took one of the defenders to take him down. So it's another Hooten's Hardware first down for your Wildcats deep into Braves territory.
35 yards on the gain to Watson. Flags down as Driver throws far side, and that is Skylar Lewis, the intended receiver, but incomplete at the goal line, but flags down as the play got underway.
Yeah, kind of a free play there. It looks like it's going to be offsides against the Braves as Brady Driver took a shot downfield into tight coverage. I think he knew it was going to be a free play. Yep, and they're going to mark 5 yards off against the Braves. So it's going to be offsides against the Braves. It's going to be 1st and 5 now for your Wildcats. They're now in the red zone inside the 20-yard line.
Sulphur Springs leading 27-0. If they can score a touchdown here, that will be a 92-yard drive.
Yes, 1 minute 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Wildcats taking their time, getting the play called in from Coach Faircloth.
Second down and 5 after the offsides penalty. Give it to Cameron Lewis. Lewis quickly through a hole, up the middle, still on his feet, still moving. Hard to bring down. Inside the 5-yard line, down to about the 1. Cameron Jefferson for Sulphur Springs.
And the train whistle you hear in the background, which is a lot of times what you hear when they make a touchdown. Well, no, it's actually a train in the distance there. So the Wildcats fighting their own way all the way down. It's going to be 1st and goal for your Hooten's Hardware first down. Ball's going to be on the, can you see that?
2-yard line.
The 2-yard line?
Yeah, it's a 14-yard gain by Cameron Jefferson, who's gone all the way at running back for Sulphur Springs. D. Rose Luke last week had a concussion, and they decided not to let him play this week. Now Jefferson hit behind the line and dropped for a loss back to the 5-yard line.
Flags everywhere, I think. I thought I saw some flags. Yep, somebody picked one up.
Our crew is out of Dallas tonight, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think we got a card with their name.
A foul here, or a penalty against Community, and I believe that is illegal substitution.
Okay, well that's going to be half the distance to the goal, I'm sure, because it was 1st and goal on the 2-yard line, so. They're going
So we were talking about Cameron Jefferson going all the way at running back tonight with D. Rose Luke being held out. Also, Malachi Rowland is not yet able to play. We learned this week that he had a hairline fracture of his ankle back during one of the scrimmages, which is why they've been holding him out.
I see.
But, wow, if they get all three of those guys going, Wildcats are really going to have something.
Yes,
so half the distance to the goal penalty, as Chad told you. First down and goal at the 1. Give it to Jefferson, and Jefferson.
No, they passed it a fake, and then they passed over there on the far side. I think that's Skylar Lewis.
It is Skylar Lewis, right. Yeah, it's a play action pass, the fake to Jefferson, and then the toss to Skylar Lewis on the left side of the end zone, back of the end zone, the touchdown pass from Brady Driver.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats. They put 6 more points on the board. And now Eric Rodriguez coming out for the extra point try. I'm not going to say anything.
And the kick by Eric Rodriguez is once again true.
Yep, it's up and it's good. That puts 34 on the board for your Wildcats. 1 minute and 7 seconds left in this third quarter. The Braves not able to get on the scoreboard yet. They'll be getting the ball here as the result of the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, which we'll have when we come back with Wildcat football on KSST in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here on KSST. The Wildcats dominating Community Braves tonight. 34-0, 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. 1 minute and 7 seconds left as we get ready for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. J. Hodge Chevrolet, they have sponsored our long drive, and that was a very long drive for the Wildcats.
92 yards for Sulphur Springs in 8 plays, set up on the 3rd interception of the night by sophomore defensive back Giovanni Ibarra. Here's the kick.
Oh, gosh, that was a kind of a short one there. It only hit on the 2-yard line, John Mark, with the wind, but at his back, Eric Rodriguez kicks another deep one, and it rolls out of the end zone. The Community Braves have not gotten the chance to field and return a kickoff yet.
That's right.
And they won't get the chance on that one as they put the ball on the 25-yard line. They're going to start their 1st and 10 on the 25. Wildcats having a big night tonight, doing a great job. They just need to hold it together for another minute and then another quarter. 1 minute and 7 seconds left in this third quarter.
Well, if Sulphur Springs scores in the fourth quarter, we'll get to see him kick against the wind. See how he does that.
Yeah. Well, finally.
Corin Ewing under center, tosses. And the first time that this particular back has touched the ball, Troy Matthews. No, it wasn't. He had it one time in the first half. Matthews, on attempting a sweep to the right side, cuts it back and gets a couple of yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, that touchdown came as a big surprise in that they're down the 1-yard line, 1st and goal, and faked it to Cameron Jefferson. I certainly bid on that fake.
Oh, yeah.
For him to pass, and then Skylar Lewis kind of sneaked into the back of the end zone, and Brady Driver just had an easy toss for the touchdown to him.
Well, with our patio seating here at the Community Braves press box, we had to look around this little corner of the real press box that we don't get to be inside of. And so it is kind of difficult to see. But, yeah, it was a great fake and a good play call by Coach Faircloth there because everybody was thinking run. We were thinking run. As the third quarter winding down, we're going to not get a play off before the next 7 seconds click off of the clock. So they're going to be switching ends of the field here as the third quarter comes to a close. The Wildcats are up 34-0. We'll take a quick break as they swap into the field, and we'll be back with Wildcat football here on KSST in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here in Nevada Community High School. The Community Braves, Wildcats dominating this game 34-0. We're at the start of the fourth quarter, and the Braves have the ball.
3rd and 7 for Community. From the 28-yard line, Corin Ewing, the quarterback, rolling out to the right side, looking downfield, but will tuck it. And he crosses the 30 and is close to a first down at the 35-yard line.
Well, I'm just going to have to say he scrambles well, and he did a good job, but he just doesn't have that presence that Brady Driver has. Brady Driver would have gotten the first down on that. He came up, see where they spot it. It's probably going to give him the first down.
He's very close.
But I don't think he really knew exactly where he was going out of bounds because he hesitated and made a couple of moves there, and he really,
And now we have a holding call indicated here against Sulphur Springs, so that will definitely give him the first down.
Either way, it's going to be a first down, not a 4th and short, or not even a measurement for where he stepped out of bounds. So they're going to mark it off. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Braves. They're going to get all the way down to the 49 3/4 yard line. No, 44. It's right on the 45-yard line. They're going to mark the ball, and they're having scoreboard trouble again, John Mark. The scoreboard keeps flashing.
I hadn't noticed that.
34-0, the Wildcats are up. They're going to move the sticks. Well, they moved the ball marker. They hadn't moved the sticks yet.
Right, yeah, they've got the down marker there basically at the 50-yard line, but they have not moved the chains.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had shown 4th down on that run by Corin Ewing, but it would have been maybe 4th and less than a foot, but then that late holding call came in against the Wildcats, but they still had not moved the chains. Our referee, by the way, tonight is Ivan Buckner.
Oh, you do have that?
I do.
Okay.
I never got around to going through that list. The umpire is Brian Adkins. Head linesman, Chad, is Cynthia Roberson.
Yes, I saw that when I had the binoculars out earlier that there was a female, the headline judge, and now
there is. They're moving the line of scrimmage back to the 35-yard line, and it will be first down for Community, but. Gosh.
I guess there was another penalty against the Braves.
Some confusion there. But it is first down for Community, and the quarterback, Corin Ewing, going to be sacked all the way back at about the 25-yard line.
Well, yes, Ewing trying to scramble there and trying to get away from a Wildcat defender. That was number 34 for the Wildcats chasing him down.
That's Nathan Andrews.
That's Nathan Andrews making the tackle there and dropping the quarterback for a huge loss. Now it's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Braves. 11:22 left in the ball game. Wildcats up 34-0.
That'll be the first sack of the season for Nathan Andrews. And as Chad told you, 2nd and 20. They have to get all the way out to their 45-yard line from the 25. Ewing under center. Back to throw, again feeling the pressure, scrambling out to the near side, going to throw it away. Out of the pocket, out of the tackle box, so no grounding, but there was no receiver anywhere in sight.
Not within 100 miles of him. Yes, he just threw it out of bounds. In fact, I think he threw it over to the coach over there on his side of the field.
As it turned out.
But he was getting a lot of pressure from a lot of Wildcats over there. So 3 different Wildcats chasing him down. He had no place to go.
I think the Sulphur Springs defense is getting better week by week. They look good against Liberty Ilo, and they're looking even better now against Community tonight. Again, they're pitching a shutout here. Let's not lose sight of that.
Right.
34-0 with 10:57 left to go in the ballgame. Now Community has the wind at their back here in the 4th quarter.
They do, and it's been all important factor for the Wildcats, it seems.
Well, they've scored all of their touchdowns with the wind, I will say that. Nobody scored against the wind tonight.
Right.
So now 3rd and 20, and we have some kind of
we have a Wildcat that's taking having a little assistance getting off the field there. I noticed they were but it was on the near side of the field here where he was one of the Wildcats that was chasing down the quarterback, and he's slow to get off to the other side of the field as they get ready to start play again. That looks like he's getting off the field under his own powers. So
here's 3rd and 20 for Community. They're still in the huddle, although they have sent Sheldon Adams out wide to the far side.
And as the Wildcat makes his way off of the field, they start to wind the clock, and the Braves come up to the line of scrimmage.
Corin Ewing in the shotgun with a back on either side. Tremendous pressure here by the Wildcat defense, and Ewing gets away from the first Wildcat, but not the second, as he is going to be sacked once again over on the far side. I don't know if I'm going to be able to identify who made the sack all the way over there.
Yeah, let's see if we can. I can't see exactly.
The flag comes in late on the play.
There was a flag down, but I see that Cynthia Roberson, our lady referee, picked the flag up, so I'm not sure what that means. It should be 4th down and long here for Community, unless there's a penalty against the Wildcats. And we do have a penalty, however, it's against Community. Or so says our referee, Ivan Buckner.
Well, but they looks like they moved the stick up. No, now they're moving it back.
We have had a
little bit of confusion over there with the stick. There they go. Now they're going to walk it back against Community, and this is going to make it. They're still showing 3rd down, and this has got to be a.
Was at the 25, now it's back to the 15, so that would indicate a holding.
It would.
The Braves will move the ball back.
What I saw him do was put his fists together like that. I've never seen that particular symbol before, but it's a 10-yard penalty. So I'm guessing holding or blocking the back against Community, or presuming that, I should say.
The important part, the Wildcat defense is facing down Community Braves. It's going to be 3rd and 30 for the Braves.
And again, Ewing in the shotgun with the back on either side. And Wildcats putting on tremendous pressure. Ewing gets it away and throws it out of bounds. But again, out of the tackle box, so there will be no penalty for grounding here. But he is just under terrific pressure.
He escaped one tackle there from a Wildcat defender and spun around and just couldn't connect with his receiver. It was just going to be an impossible play. He was under such tremendous pressure from the Wildcat defense. So it's definitely punt time for these Braves. They're deep in their own territory.
And he's not able to set up in the pocket at all the past several plays. I mean, as soon as he takes the snap, they're on him.
That pocket collapsed for him. He tried to scramble out.
Ewing is the punter. He is the quarterback. And a timeout taken here by Community. That's their first timeout. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. That is
second timeout.
Second timeout. They just have one timeout left with 10:39 left to go.
We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back here with Wildcat football in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football in Nevada, where the Wildcats are dominating the Community Braves 34-0. 10:39 left in the ball game. The Wildcat defense really putting it to the Community Brave offense right now, as they're facing a 4th and 30 situation. They're obviously going to punt, and but punting with the wind, we might say, John Mark.
Well, the snap is over his head. That's Cannon Roan back to punt for Community rather than Corin Ewing, and the snap goes through the end zone for a safety.
Well, that's going to put 2 points on the board for the Wildcats. Unfortunate situation there for the Community Braves. As just a bad snap, I guess, having to snap into
his head.
Yeah, into the wind there, and just went over his head. And does Cannon Brave Cannon Roan ever punt for the Braves?
Well, we don't have any statistics on their punting, so I don't know, but that's the first time we've seen him tonight.
Yeah.
Corin Ewing had done the punting up till then, but it wouldn't have made a difference because it would have been over anybody's head. The snap was just a foot over his outstretched hands.
Yep.
And went through the back of the end zone. So it's 36-0, Sulphur Springs.
Tough break for the Braves. A good break for the Wildcats. And now this is my favorite part of any kind of football: the free kick. Right?
Yeah.
After the
mysterious free kick.
The mysterious free kick after the Braves. Missed that snap, and then that caused 2 points for the Wildcats. Then they have to kick the ball away, and the Wildcats get to receive it. They're kicking with the wind from their own 20-yard line.
It's one of the strangest rules in football, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure why that the team that has had the indignity of the safety imposed upon them must then kick off, but that's how it is. There's another deep kick all the way to the 20-yard line. And here's the return for Sulphur Springs. It's a terrific return, and this is Skylar Lewis on the return. all the way inside community territory to the 35-yard line.
Skyler Lewis on the return.
Looks like he got taken down by Corey Matthews of the Braves. Troy Matthews, excuse me. And caught him from behind, but he was it was like a track meet. Skyler Lewis had fired up the jets, and he made it all the way into Braves territory. This is going to start their 1st and 10 all the way on the 35-yard line. Just probably the best field position for the Wildcats on any drive. You'll have to check my math on that one, John Mark, but I think this is pretty good. Yeah. I think that is 34 actually. 34. Well, let's see.
They started once at the 40.
Okay.
That was after that fake punt.
Yep.
But now at the 34, yes, that is their best field position. That was a 46-yard return by Skyler Lewis, and we have Caden Mitchell in the ball game at quarterback now for the first time this season.
Well, good. Get some snaps in for him, and he handed off, and they didn't make much of that. He was taken down by Caleb Reeves for the Braves. Did you see who he handed off to there?
I did not. I was distracted by the fact that
there was a different quarterback.
That Caden Mitchell is in the ball game.
Caden Mitchell needs some time out here.
He had a really fine season last year for Sulphur Springs at quarterback as he completed 35 of 57 for 463 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Caden Mitchell handing off, and that's going to be a loss for the Wildcats as Kashawn John gets his first carry of the season for Sulphur Springs. He is hit by
Caleb Reeves again, number 56 for the Braves.
Oncoming Brave, and dropped back at the 39-yard line. Loss of 5 yards. So Wildcats mass substitutions here, leading 36-0 with just over 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. In at a wide out is Iverson Irvine.
Okay. Number 10.
Caden Mitchell, the quarterback, had the touchdown pass last week off a reverse. Here's a fumble as Mitchell hit while trying to pass. Had to fall on the ball back at the 44-yard line. So,
well, it looked like a draw play, miscommunication. I don't know if they tried to hand it off, didn't want to hand it off, turned to try to pass, got hit, but dropped the ball, and it's a huge loss. It's going to be punt time for the Wildcats.
Now will be 4th down and 19.
And it looks like they're going to go for it right now.
Again, leading 36-0 with 8:24 to go in the ball game.
4th and 20.
Line to gain is the 24-yard line. H-back behind the left tackle. And one of the Braves is drawn off sides here. Or I say drawn off sides, he goes off sides. And he will be penalized. Or is it a false start?
No, they're going to call it against the Wildcats.
Okay.
Could have been on that far side. I guess we didn't see it.
It is a false start after all.
He was drawn off sides. He was drawn off sides by a false start by the Wildcats. That's going to back the Wildcats up another 5 yards. It's going to be 4th and 25. And the Wildcats are going to go for it.
Going into the wind here now. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
But all new people in the ball game here for Sulphur Springs. Looks like Caden Mitchell is going to punt. He drops back a couple of steps, and into that wind, the punt does not go very far, but he kept it low. And it is out of bounds somewhere around the 30-yard line.
And we'll see where they mark that, and then the Braves will be trying to put something together here. 8:06 left in the ball game. The Wildcats up 36-0. The best game they've had so far. Certainly shutting out the Braves so far.
That was a 19-yard punt by Caden Mitchell.
See if there's some personnel changes on the Wildcat side of the ball there. Let's see, number 23 just came lined up over there. Let's see.
Laren Vaughn is still out there, the middle linebacker.
Yeah. Who
leads the team with 48 tackles, at least going into the ball game.
Ty Bybee on the far side over there.
So they still have some regulars.
Some of those regulars in there.
They're on defense. Here's a new quarterback in the ball game for Community. And the handoff goes to Kendall McCullough. He has a gain of about 4 yards off left tackle to the 34-yard line. Ball came loose, but I think that was after the whistle. I think that wind is picking up.
It is. I told you earlier, John Mark, that it may get windy tonight. I don't know. It's my official weather.
I would say during the summer when it was 108 degrees, gee, I hope it don't get hot.
Yeah. Exactly.
So 2nd and 6 for Community. The quarterback now is Trayvon Tasby for the Braves. And they give it off up the middle with some deception. And we'll see what they give them the gain, and that is to the 40-yard line.
And they're going to move the sticks on that one.
Bo Long with his first carry. Gain of 6. And Laren Vaughn, the middle linebacker, on the tackle for the Wildcats. 7:40 left to go in the ball game. Sulphur Springs leading 36-0. This was a 0-0 game at the end of the first quarter.
Oh yeah, quite a difference the second quarter makes.
Looked like a very competitive ball game at that point. Here's the toss to McCullough, going wide to the left side. McCullough looking for the corner, finally gets there, turns it upfield, and is across the 45-yard line up to the 47-yard line for a gain of 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. I think I told you wrong when I identified the quarterback as Trayvon Tasby. Now I look, it's number 18 rather than number 10. Sometimes the number is a little bit hard to discern. But the quarterback is Cruz Pate. He is a junior. So 2nd down, and we'll make it 3. Cruz Pate is the quarterback. They've got a wingback, Jesse James, outside the tackle on the right side. 2 setbacks behind the quarterback. Here's the toss. Coming to the right side, this is Kendall McCullough, and McCullough makes the corner, crosses the 50-yard line. As he turns upfield, he'll have the 1st down for Community.
Zach Thomas in on the tackle there, for making the stop for the Wildcats. Isaac Ray on the previous play, making the stop.
Just over 6 minutes to go in the game, 36-0. The Wildcats on top. Sulphur Springs at home next Friday night against Maybank. And that is the homecoming game. Is that right, Chad?
That is correct. I've got my mom already picked out.
All right.
Yes.
Nothing too fancy then, Chad. For
that's
yourself.
A good pass.
It's the pass to out of the backfield. That is Bo Long. Making a nice catch in the flat on the near side. And he is inside the 25 to the 21-yard line.
Big gain.
Bring him down.
Big gain for the Braves there, and Ty Bobby making the stop, getting him out of bounds, but not before they get all the way down about the 21-yard line.
25 yards on the game. And off Kendall McCullough going left, cuts back to the right. And McCullough finds some room to run as he gets down to the 15-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. This is the best drive of the night for Community, at least the best drive since early in the first half. And now 2nd down and 3 for the Community Braves, but they are down 36-0 with just over 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Community next week will be at Paris. 2 men wide to the near side. Latte, the quarterback, handing off and going nowhere.
Wildcat defense read that one pretty quick, and
Bo Long on the carry, who had the big catch just a few moments ago, dropped back to the 16-yard line for loss of 1.
Giovanni Solis on the tackle there for the Wildcats, number 76.
3rd and 5 for Community at the Sulphur Springs 16-yard line. The quarterback, Cruz Pate, is a junior under center. Pate tossing to Kendall McCullough, going wide to the left side on the sweep, makes the corner, and McCullough into the Wildcat secondary. Should have a first down at about the 3-yard line for first and goal for the Community Braves.
Well, this is going to be their very best field position they've had all game. I mean, they haven't gotten this close to the goal line. 13
yards on that game. Once again, it is Kendall McCullough taking the handoff, and he crashes over the left side for the touchdown. So there goes the shutout for the Wildcats.
Yes, they put 6 points on the board. Now the score 36-0. Excuse me, 36-6. The Wildcats over the Braves. 3:55 left in this ball game. Their kicker coming out, going to try the extra point with the wind at his back. So
second touchdown of the season for Kendall McCullough. And the kick is up, and it is good by Lucas Valdez, the place kicker for Community. 36-7, 3:55 left to go in the ballgame.
We'll be back with Wildcat football here in Nevada in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here in Nevada. The Wildcats narrowly getting a shutout here, but the Community Braves put 7 points on the board. It's 36-7. The Wildcats over the Braves. 3:55 left in the ball game, and James Terry telling us during the break there that this is very close to the score last year.
The Wildcats won last year at Sulphur Springs 37-7, and now the score is 36-7.
And, well, of course, we have to say that the very accurate kicker, Eric Rodriguez, did miss an extra point, or it would be 37-7.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, but he's done a great job, and he's had a great season so far, and we expect great things from him. Here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff.
Here's the kickoff for Community. It lands at the 10-yard line, and one of the Wildcats takes it there and slips down. Is that Skylar Lewis?
Yeah, let's see.
No, that's Chris Adams. Okay. I think he collided with another one of his teammates there.
Yeah, and then he slipped, and of course he didn't have to have contact. As soon as he hit the ground, well, the ball's down. That's going to put it all the way on the about the 5-yard line for the Wildcats. So the worst field position. No, they started on the.
Let's see, they were at their own 8.
Oh, the 8-yard line. Yeah.
They drove 92 yards for a touchdown.
So now they only have 95 yards to go on this drive. That'll be a long drive.
Well, I think the people listening on KSST can really hear that wind whipping now, probably. It is really blowing a gale now.
Blowing a gale. I'm going to check the iPhone weather network here and see what they say the wind speed is.
Caden Mitchell hands off, and the gain is out to about the 9-yard line. He's second down and about 6 for Sulphur Springs.
On the carry, brought down.
That's Kyshawn John again for Sulphur Springs, sophomore running back, seeing his first action for the Wildcats this year.
My weather app says that sustained winds 14 miles an hour, but the wind gusts we know are probably 30 or 35.
It's the strongest it's been. It's gotten stronger here just in the last half hour or so. Caden Mitchell. Kyshawn John going right, cutting back left. There goes John. Look out. John all the way out across the 30, across the 35, up close to the 40-yard line. Kyshawn John.
That's about a 35-yard run, I think. Fantastic run. He gets all the way up to the Wildcat 30. They're going to mark him at the 39-yard line. And great run there. If he had one more tackle break, and he would have gone to the house.
He was one step away from taking it to the house, as you said. 29 yards on the game. 2:48 left to go in the game. The Wildcats out of a hole now out to the 39-yard line. Caden Mitchell gives it to John. And John this time coming left and is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Perhaps gained a yard or 2, depending on the spot. They say he got to the 42, so that will be a gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, he got wrapped up by number 9, Anthony Carroll, by the Braves, but made a pretty good run. He almost broke that tackle too. You're seeing some good performances here out of the Wildcats. Would say the second string. But
well, the offense looks a lot better now, this second unit of guys, than they did the first time they were on the field, last time they had the ball.
Yep.
Snap to Caden Mitchell. Kyshawn John takes the handoff with a head of steam. Shoots through a hole and is across the 45 up to the 48-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. Under 2 minutes to go now, minute 40.
3rd and short. Wildcats getting close to midfield, still in their own territory. They're just going to keep letting the clock wind down and run some of these running plays. I would guess they're still moving the chains over there on the far side, even though the clock's running.
That's determined to be a first down, that previous carry.
Yep.
Things getting a little bit loose here as the game winds down. Sulphur Springs leading 36-7. Caden Mitchell gives it to Kyshawn John. Going to his right. And John, little jitterbug action there.
Yep, great performance. Number 27, Kyshawn John.
Making some tacklers miss.
Yep.
And he gets to the 43-yard line of Community.
That's going to be, over into the community, into the field. There's 50 seconds left. They're letting the clock wind down. They'll get one more play off and may let the clock run down after that.
It was a 9-yard gain by John on that last play, 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats, and there may be one more play here.
About 100 remaining Wildcat fans on the other side, the Wildcat fan faithful.
Mitchell, play action pass, and a complete pass inside the 20 it goes, and the catch is by Iverson Irvine.
Wow,
they pulled that one out of a hat, didn't they?
Yes, way down to the 15-yard line, but they're going to let the clock wind on down. They're coming up the line of scrimmage. There's only 10 seconds left in the ball game, and
28 yards on the game.
Yeah, a great way to end this ball game, and the Wildcats are headed over to the sideline as they know they've got this one wrapped up. It's 000 on the scoreboard on the time, and that means the Wildcats are going to win this one 36-7 as the Wildcats dominate the Community Braves. What do you think, John Mark?
I think, really impressive performance by Sulphur Springs. I didn't know how much of a contest this would be from Community, but I think Sulphur Springs exceeded my expectations here tonight against a Community Braves team that came in with a couple of wins.
Yep.
And so I think it appears to be the Wildcats really starting to get better week by week and make their mark.
The Wildcats come out on top on this one, and we hope to see you at Gerald Prim Stadium next week for homecoming, where the Wildcats will face Maybank, that's right. Thank you, John Mark.
Maybank Panthers, I believe.
That's going to do it for us on this one. We thank everybody for helping us get this one on the air for you, including our statistician Cameron Faust, and we had Natalie on the camera tonight. Matt helping out here with us, and John Mark Dempsey, of course, on the play-by-play. I'm Chad Young, your color commentator. And then, of course, we have the ever-popular and ever-present James Terry back at the studio that makes it all happen for us. We hope to see you here next time. That's going to do it for this one. The Wildcats over the Community Braves 36-7 in Nevada. James, thanks, and back to you.